What is it?
Oh,
Yeah, just send it to him on Discord.
Oh,
If you got him on Discord, I don't know.
oh no, I don't.
I was on Discord. It's like a lot of distractions overall.
Yeah, Discord's a lot of. I'm still not really that active on this
Yeah,
Discord.
I kind of delete overall. I mean, I don't know because like then you get like a bunch of notifications, and it's like I kind of just ignore it.
Yeah, you get blown up big time.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
I mean, you can just
Filter, right?
you can leave the server because the servers are the ones that blow up. I remember when I was on Lycan Theory server, it would always blow the fuck up, and I had to leave the server because that shit was annoying.
Which server?
Lycan Theory, the purple pill
okay.
guy,
Oh,
he's still
okay.
on YouTube.
Okay.
He has like a 5,000 subs, but his Discord following is bigger. So.
Oh, okay. I was on the first server, but I think I just made it mute. But there's a lot of stuff going on there.
Well, you gotta remember in Discord you can expose more things. It's not like a censored like on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I made my own server and you could put whatever the hell you want.
Like you could go like almost like 4chan with it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Or like old school 4chan. I don't know. I heard it changed a lot, but
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know, Javi, if you want to give us like a not a bio, but like how do you find the incels or the black pill sphere or the manosphere or anything like that?
What was that?
How do you find like the I don't know, the black pill sphere or the manosphere or...
I mean, to be honest, I would probably just be staying blue pill the whole time. If I was just kind of curious overall, since like I think because I used to like I still listen to Martin Goldberg. He's like a YouTuber, so he used to cover like financial stuff, like credit cards and I don't know, like college majors. But like and then he started like going into like the manosphere content. Yeah, that's how pretty much was my introduction to like the black pill, I guess.
Oh, okay. So it started off like from like a better yourself into like a intellectual or like career
thing. I don't know. I would just listen back in YouTube. I was just listening to like financial advice overall.
Financial advice, yeah.
Yeah, and then he started covering like manosphere topics overall.
Oh, okay.
I'm still trying to remember what was the first video I ever saw of him, but I know it was manosphere related.
Oh, who is it?
I mean, he kind of changed his channel, like, I don't know, because his older videos was, like, mostly economics. So, I mean, he still talks about economics, but, like, I don't know, he still, like, show his face, too.
I like it when the channels just kind of stick to their own thing. But I guess, yeah, some do vary, like, make it diverse.
You know, he kind of slightly grifted, though, because, like he said, he even admitted it on one of his old videos. I still watch him every now and then, and he made a video where he admitted how he went from financial advising and economical betterment to like all of a sudden manospherian content, red pill, black pill, and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean he is a Jew, so but he was a smart Jew.
True.
Wait, what's his name?
What thing? Oh yeah, the Instagram or?
No, the YouTuber.
Oh yeah, Martin Goldberg.
Oh, okay. I guess I never encountered that.
Yeah, he changed his name.
I mean, he's pretty smart. But yeah, I mean, he is a grifter, I guess. I mean, but to be honest, like, I don't know, everyone on YouTube is like is kind of a grifter overall. Like, you can't really take everyone's advice like too literally overall, because you do, it kind of like can screw you over. Like I don't know. I would say just make your personal thoughts overall.
That's why I had to. When I had my old channel, I never charged anybody for anything. I just was trying to help a large amount of mentally disturbed men.
But yeah, because to be honest, like I felt like most of the manosphere is like an echo chamber overall. Like the red pill, black pill, like Well, I don't
Yeah,
know.
you
It's
gotta be
like,
careful.
yeah, especially like even when it comes to finance overall, because a lot of people listen to like the Bitcoin and then lost a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Anything can become an echo chamber.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be careful. Like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, even you have to like, I mean, you can think for yourself overall, but like usually, like with most people, they kind of already think for themselves,
Yeah.
so they usually like making mistakes all the time because they
Yeah.
follow like a financial guru guy.
Yeah, I don't blame people from, unsubscribing and following something new, because when something does become an echo chamber, it gets boring. I mean, even if you do change your life for the better, I mean, if you go back to like an old subscriber, it I agree with you, like it just is the same shit every time. But I mean, what else isn't the same shit?
Yeah, true. I was like, you cannot really just like trust anyone overall. So that's the I don't know because I felt like I don't know with some people like even with, like I don't want to say it, but like like how people like are kind of like dying from the booster shots because they listen to like the elites.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the echo chamber of the media.
yeah, it's like yeah, true. It's like people are kind of like they're kind of like cheaps overall.
No, it affects you mentally. Like it'll literally have an implication on your physical life. So like that's why I deleted my old channel, because I had some mental cells on there.
Oh yeah,
And
I
then
fucking hate mental souls in general. Like I mean they're kind of like I don't know. I don't want to get to like another rant about it, but I
no,
don't know.
it's all good. Go
They're
ahead, man.
nah, they're definitely like the biggest spurgs overall.
Go ahead.
Like I don't know because it's like to be honest, like it doesn't make sense to like claim to be black pill, but and you're like calling yourself a mental self because yeah, again, mental self is like you're good looking, right? But like you shouldn't be struggling overall. So it's like they kind of like social cues overall.
Yeah, and like, how do you expect to get a girlfriend if you can't even at least carry a conversation, at least a one-on-one conversation?
Yeah, and then people make the argument, oh, your looks is equal to your personality, but like,
That's
I'm
that's
like,
low IQ right
how
there.
can
Yeah.
be fucking awkward and autistic and still like, well, I should probably not say child. Let's say like a normie overall, just to be more realistic, right?
Yeah.
And
I
it's
mean,
like,
that's yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that's what I was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't know. I feel it's like too many guys have like shitty personalities, but to be honest, it's kind of like my generational thing since like I think most of us are kind of like autistic.
Yeah, but why do you think that is?
Oh
I
yeah,
know, I have some answers, but
smartphones
why do you think?
overall. Huh? Oh yeah, because people have short attention span overall. Like I kind of think it's like because I think it's like things like TikTok, like personalities TikToks, because I know it's like it kind of shortens your attention span, and it's like people are trying to get that dopamine rush overall. I mean, I honestly strongly believe people are kind of getting dumber overall.
It's the implication of technology that's causing all that.
Yeah, because like back then, like people needed to do some critical thinking, just just to get around like a place. Because now we have Google Maps, right? So you don't really have to like think like around like the areas around you where you need to go or just like memorize some like phone numbers. I don't know. It's like now we have the smartphones, so I kind of like you don't really have to think in general.
Right. Yeah. So it's taking a toll on people's mental health, and I mean that's literally what it is, and it's not a incel thing. It's just a overall human thing.
Yeah,
So I have my views on mental, so it's completely different. Like I agree with you, but I think the definition varies depending on how you go about it. But I would say that when it comes to technology, it's making everybody somewhat mentally unstable or mentally dependent on cybernetics.
yeah, that's true.
Define cybernetics. What is that?
Yeah, it's just technology.
Oh, okay. I thought something else.
But honestly, I don't know. I honestly think like mental cells in general, they're just like fake cells overall. Like I don't know, they're probably the biggest fake cells.
I don't know, man. I agree with that halfway, because some of the ones that I've met and the ones that were in my chat, they're just dudes that even if they're decent looking, like a 6.5 or a 7, they I think beyond being just mental cells, I think they're bitter cells because they hate how they don't have a girlfriend. They don't know how to get a
Oh,
girlfriend.
yeah, those guys are blue pill. They're not black pill at all.
Yeah, it's just part of their blue pill conditioning is really hard, but once they come into the black pill, it just makes them more mentally unstable.
Yeah, man, I can see why. Because I can see like most people never really had a girlfriend. Like, you remember your first relationship, right? Like, you were kind of like get feelings overall, and then you got your heart broken. So they kind of like, I don't know, black pill you a bit.
But the thing is, though, I mean, if you're talking to me specifically, everybody's different. It affects everybody different. Like to me, the black pill is just genetics and acceptance. The red pill is just awareness, and for some guys, it is acceptance. But to keep it not so goddamn complicated, in other words, the red pillars to them, it's their awareness and acceptance, and then the black pill is the same as for the black pillars, awareness and acceptance. Just to keep it simple, because if we start to go too much into how we define it, we can get pretty lost.
Yeah.
I would just say the main difference between black pill and red pill is just black pill is just genetics, and then red pill is just maximizing your options once you're aware of what you can do.
Yeah, I agree. I agree because I feel like the biggest issue with like black pillars, they kind of like shoot themselves in like in the leg or in the feet. Like they're their own worst enemies overall.
I would say depends really, because I agree with that maybe like 80%, but
I mean, I understand if you're so bi. Like I can understand you're like super ugly, but you're like a average looking guy. You said like I don't know. I feel it's like
Yeah, I kind of stand with you a little bit there because like I get some pictures here and there, like, oh, maybe look at my face, you can help me out, and like some of these guys are like 5'10", they have average faces. Like I thought I was gonna look at like some like short, really ugly guy, but
like
he
like
looks better than me.
Yeah, I was like.
And then there's like, oh, I'm not getting girls because I'm not Chad. I'm just going, are you serious, man? It's just, I don't know.
I try to help those guys, but their issue is just the demographics, and then
that's
like
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
the dating scene is screwed up. Like the thirst is so bad. Dudes that are within like 7s and 6s are like dating 2s and 3s, like literally. So that's what that's what they're gonna have to do if they really want to fight and sell them.
I mean, honestly, I don't know. I mean, at that point, like, I would just say, like, just pay for pussy at that point because, like, a 2 or a 3. Well, yeah, again, not a lot of people know about like paying for the pussy part in general. But I don't know, like a 2 or 3. I don't know. I can understand why you go for a 2 or 3.
The thing about Gen Z, I feel like Gen Z black pillars is they really want that validation though, like the girlfriend validation.
Oh
like
yeah, I mean, honestly, it's getting worse overall.
I mean, you pay for it one way or the other, but I mean, I think some guys they try to save themselves the humiliation of pain, because if you're talking about like American prostitution, I can tell you right now that there's only 2 kinds, and there's only low quality and high quality, and most guys are not going to pay high quality prostitution.
Yeah, I mean, it does cost a lot of money overall. Like, if you're paying for high quality, I most have to spend like
500 an hour. No, 600 an hour minimum.
Oh shit, that's expensive.
That's college.
No, that's actually medium class. That's middle class, like 600 and 800. That's middle. High class is like 1,500 and up.
I mean, you
at least Cali is like 1,000.
Inflation is like super high over there.
I'm just saying. I'm just going by what I see on Twitter and OnlyFans and Eros. I mean, Eros is probably your middle ground.
Oh yeah, I heard like people pay for OnlyFans models. And I heard they're super expensive.
Yeah, that's my point.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're in there on Twitter, and then you click on their link to OnlyFans, and they'll tell you there on their bio, $1,500 for a one night stand. I'm like, fuck that! I wouldn't pay that, no matter how desperate I was.
Yeah, I mean, just like I don't know. You want cheap? I mean, this is what I tell you. You want like really cheap sex overall? Just go to like a Asian massage parlor overall.
There you go. One? That's one avenue. Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest,
my
it's
friend
like
has, not me.
Overall.
They're very old though. At least the ones around here.
Yeah.
Like 40-year-olds.
Overall. I mean, I don't know. It's cheap, so I mean, it's whatever. I mean, I know people would pay like a lot of money. Like, I don't know. My maximum for me is like $300. That's where I go with my budget.
No, that's good. You got limits. The most I've ever done is 400, and that got me like a higher tier 6 or a 7 in the past. But it is getting bad, man. This is why I say there's going to be more mental cells, like, because these guys, even if they're like a 7, a chat light or a normie light, like a 6.5, that won't be enough. It really won't. Like, I've seen.
I think it's like right now it's still like the 80-20 rule. I think maybe like in 2 years, maybe 90-10 rule, but I don't know. The only reason to say 80-20 because like I still see like, I don't know, average guys where like looks match. Like I don't know, because like 2 weeks ago, like I had a date at a movie theater with like this like average white girl. I mean, she wasn't that good looking, but like I saw this like short Hispanic guy, and he was like with his looks match. But a lot of people are gonna say that's like oofy doofy theory.
No, that's just like you said, his looks match. Oofy doofy is like when you see a woman who's a 7 with a guy who's like a 5.
Oh
with
yeah,
a, like with a belly and like chubby. And funky
Or the
looking.
dad bod, yeah. I mean,
I actually see that in like Mexican culture as well. Like some skinny, beautiful, like pretty girl, and like her boyfriend is just a chubby guy drinking beer.
dude,
yeah.
Go ahead, Javi. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh no, I can see why, because that's like a whole generation thing. Because like the standards back then was like low. I don't know. Now, I mean, I would say the standards, like I would just say like just don't be fat in general, or just don't be ugly or fat. Like that's how I see it.
I don't know, man. I guess everybody's demographic is different because, like, I still see guys like around my look scale, and they're struggling bad, man.
Oh yeah, true. It also varies with like races overall. Because I understand like with Asian guys, you have to be like engineer or a doctor or like have a high status job. Because let's be honest, like I still see like Asian guys where they're Asian girl, but like it's because they sort of had to like work their way up overall.
That's the
But
minimum requirement for their race.
No, we can all
Yeah.
agree on this panel that Asians are probably the most incel. So, yeah.
yeah. Even like Indians, like like in my opinion, like I don't know, I think Indians have it worse than East Asians. Because I mean, to be honest, like some of their like women, like I talk to, they're kind of like extreme like feminists overall.
Well, that's the conversation I had with Latino on the last one. I think he broke it down. And he said that Asians. Didn't you say Indians have it still slightly better than Asians because Indians usually have some kind of wealth in
Yeah,
their
yeah.
background when
I'm
they come to
talking
the
like about
States?
America overall, like because even you go to like college, like you see like Indian girls in computer science classes, and they're like, I don't know, it's like I don't know, they're still like more like pro JBY over. I don't know, it's like
The Indian girl, if she's like traditional, then the Indian guy got it unlocked. But if she's unleashed from the traditional stuff, then she's pure JBW.
yeah, it's not like I can understand why because like usually like most of the Indians I know they usually like live in rich suburbs area because I mean I know my landlord like he was like Indian and he like lived in Plano so like usually the Indians go to like the best like public schools overall and like I can see why because if a girl has like money overall then she's gonna be more entitled, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean even if she comes from the rich background.
But that's why I said that Asians have it harder because their women are not being traditional anymore. The Indian women are still because they come from a very old androcentric country, so they're still holding on. Even when they come to America, they're still sticking to their men as opposed to Asian women. Once they get here, man, they're gone. Like,
yeah, I mean that's one thing I'm kind of worried about because like I felt bad if like an Indian guy can like get like arranged marriage to like from a girl from India, like because let's be honest, because like India is probably there's like a lot of incels in that country overall because like the male and female ratio is pretty bad. I think it's like the worst one overall. There's like more males than like females, and if like Indian guy cannot get like a girl from India, like he's pretty much like fuck.
yeah, but I don't think India. Well, I could be wrong, but I just did a study recently, right now, to a few hours ago, where I was looking up the top 20th countries with the highest divorce rates, and I don't think I saw India in there, but I could be wrong.
Oh yeah. But they have like there's like more males than females overall. But yeah,
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's like I would say like an Indian guy cannot get like a girl from like India. Like let's say he lives in the States, and let's say like what options does he have? Like at
You
that
mean in
point,
India?
like get a black girl. Yeah, yeah. Let's say he cannot get a girl from India. Like what's his options?
For an Indian guy, I mean, I've always said that they have severe white women syndrome.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. That's pretty
they're
bad.
they're
Some
gonna
of
do
that too,
whatever
yeah.
they can to get white women, even
Yeah,
if they
white
know they
women
can't.
are the most entitled because like every race of guy like hardcore simps for them. Like
Oh yeah.
Especially
it's pretty
Indian
bad.
and
Like to be
yeah.
honest, I don't really care that much since like I guess I kind of look white, but like I don't know, I don't really like value white girls that much.
Or minority men in general, like simp for them
Oh yeah, just
too much.
look at just pretty things. It's like a lot of like black guys that simp for like just pretty things, and a lot of like non-white guys. It's pretty bad.
Yeah, unfortunately. And so they a lot of their simps are just a bunch of desperate minority men, unfortunately, on Instagram and all that.
Yeah, I mean to be honest, like the thing I care the most is just like the body shape. Like, I don't really give a fuck about the skin color. But I don't know. Maybe it's like a self hatred. Like you kind of hate your skin. I don't know.
Yeah,
Cause like
yeah, a little bit of that, yeah.
yeah, because you know, if, like let's say like a girl that's not white and she goes for like a white guy, it could be self paying. The same thing can apply for the guy too. Because let's be honest, like
Okay.
I mean, oh yeah, because there's this like I mean like black
No,
guys
no,
they were
no.
like
Go ahead.
oh yeah I would say like for black guys they were like have the lowest standards for like white women overall. So like and it's
Well,
like
black
maybe
guys,
it's
you're saying black guys
yeah.
have the worst WWS?
Yeah. Because he was they usually because like maybe it's because they like hate black girls so much, so like they value because like I was talking to this one guy in the comment section, and he was telling me like he prefers like smashing just pretty things over like fuck what was this other PA coach that was like a black woman. She was kind of a gym girl. Fuck, I forgot. She say he was telling me he rather fuck just pretty things over like a gym by a black girl. I was like it's kind of disgusting.
Well, yeah, I think I don't know. I guess I changed my view on that, but I would still agree with you 100% because when you say that black guys have the worst white women syndrome, I have to agree with you 100% because when I go out there to any public space and I see like interracial couples, I'll see like an average looking black guy, like at best a 6, with like a white woman who's literally like a 4.
Yeah, Lanwell.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang.
No,
Yeah, I don't.
sometimes they're not
Wow.
even Landwell. Sometimes they're just junky, you know, grotesque looking white women. I mean,
Yeah.
four is still not bad, but that's when that's the line in the sand where that's a woman who's a 4 in the face is classified as ugly but not hideous.
But
So
to be honest, I kind of think like black guys might be like the biggest simps overall because they also like worship like other races of women too.
yeah, but they're not. I don't think they're simping like Asians and Indians. I think Indians and Asians are the worst simps because I've seen like literally information like of these guys sending hoes $100 money and hundreds of dollars like through OnlyFans and Twitter. Like
Well, the
I
thing is,
find that
Asians and
evidence easily.
Indians. Oh, sorry.
Black guys don't do that. No, go ahead.
No, I think if anything, they're more prone to be online simps, like sending donations and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
Is that what you're saying?
what's better? A simp who's actually getting his physical needs, his physical sexual needs met, or some dummy on the other side of the world just getting nothing but videos and pictures?
Yeah, the first one's better.
Well, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah, for the market, etc.
Yeah, that I mean, like, yeah, I mean, I do see how it's simping when you're getting with like women below you, but at least the guy's getting his physical needs met versus some of these other white cells that are on OnlyFans and Twitter and they ain't getting shit. They're sending like $70 pictures, man. It's pathetic.
Yeah.
You could have saved those $70 for something better, or you could just save that to go see some hoe, at a massage parlor or downtown or whatever. But
And yeah, that's the thing I like about I not admire, but around black men. Even when I was going like going to strip clubs or anything like that, like it's really popular among them. At least they're getting they're at least they want the real thing. At least they want to at least touch the real thing rather than
Yeah, I
like.
can understand because their culture overall is like it's like hypersexualized overall,
Uh-huh.
like based on their music, and then like and like most like black guys, like their ego kind of revolves around like sex.
That's my point. That's why I don't understand why I hear black cells complain about them being incels, because they are the most popular demographic mixture of males.
I kind of disagree. I kind of think like blacks are kind of like in the very bottom overall. Like, well, I mean, I don't know, maybe to get sex, but like dating wise, I don't know. I think they're at the very bottom. I mean, the reason I heard like the reason why they struggle with black women too is because like there's also an economic gap overall. So like, for example, like black women they have like more college degrees and then like they make more money overall than like black guys. So like the women like I think now even white women are kind of out earning white men now. So it's like you
Wouldn't be
saw
surprised.
No, but
no,
you didn't get what I said. I said being black is it's a culture thing now. It's with the hip hop and the music. You said it
well,
yourself. So.
it kind of depends because usually like I know like some Hispanics they kind of discriminate against blacks overall. Like I know my parents do.
Yeah, you're always gonna have those, but they're the minority. That's not the majority. You go to any
I don't know.
hold on.
Like,
You go to
even
any hip hop club. You go to any hip hop club, or you go to any club that's not even hip hop. What are they playing?
like R&B music.
Anything that's black culture.
Yeah, but like I don't know. Like to be honest, like if I go out to like parties or Hispanic events, like I don't really see a lot of black guys overall. I don't know. It's like I don't really believe like the black guys are like the most sexual desire. Well, I mean it's white, but like I would think they're. I don't know. It's kind of overinflated overall because most people think of black guys, they kind of think of Tyrone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Right.
really-
But I didn't say that they were the most sexually desired. I said they have it the easiest when it comes to getting the sexual fulfillment.
Oh yeah, for the sex part, yeah, I can see why.
Not relationship, yeah.
Yeah, because when you go to a club, even if it's a low status club, I mean, all you see is black dudes and black music and rap, and even like the average looking white woman would still smash these guys. So that's my point, that they have it easiest when it comes to that. That's the kind of like a debate I had with Olympus LMS about 2 years ago, because his complaint was that black cells have it harder than white cells, and then I was like, well, I don't see how when it's black cells who have it easier in today's economical culture. I mean, depending, of course, like on the demographic, but like I said, you turn on TV, all you see is hip hop or hip hop culture. I mean, Beyonce, Jay-Z. That's my point. That's all you see for the most part. It's so mainstream.
I mean, from my point of view, but black culture, black music has almost always been somewhat mainstream. I mean, even from Michael Jackson, from hip hop, from the rock and roll, American culture has always been kind of stealing a little bit from black culture. I don't think because they play that means that the black men get devalued, automatically from that. In Latin America, all they play is black music, like cumbia and salsa. That's all just black origin, but still, black guys are the lowest value in Latin America.
In Latin America,
counterpoint.
Not in America, because I've seen country boys, I've seen Mexican. I mean, I see every different caliber of men that as soon as they're associated with some sort of black culture, hip hop movement or philosophy or demographic, it's easier for them to be more accessible for sex. The sex is just more easily accessible for them. And I experienced this when I was in high school a long time ago. So at one point, just because I'm a middle millennial, so I'm a little bit older than y'all, and I've seen the shift. I remember back in like even the mid to late 90s and even early to 2004s, it was all about rock music and heavy metal. And then boom, all of a sudden hip hop took over and rap and gangster rap. I clearly remember that. So I've seen the shift change. And then from 2005 all the way even till this day, hip hop is still played way more than any other music, even more than country.
I think the black guy as a sexual symbol, as a masculine symbol, has changed though since since
I
the
mean,
last
also
20
really
years.
weird
It
that, like
changes.
demasculizing like black guys in general. Because I mean, like if you look at TV shows, they're kind of like making like black guys like kind of like I don't want to say deos, but like
Like gays.
yeah, oh yeah, that's true. A lot of black guys are becoming gay too.
Yeah, because I mean, think about it. I mean, Oversphere, you're a little older, but remember it used to be like 50 Cent, The Game,
Yeah,
like very hyper masculinized, and now
yeah.
it's like Lil Nas X, like
Well, they're
gay.
barely
Oh yeah,
changing that. Yeah, I do see the change you're talking about, but as I was growing up, it was the opposite.
I
And
know,
I
then
mean,
yeah.
also
I'm
there's this
saying,
TV show called I think it was like Grownish, and then like there's this like black character. He somehow was like straight, and then just made him like kind of like
They're
fucking
trying to feminize them a lot these days.
queer. Yeah, yeah. Hollywood is kind of destroying black guys a lot.
yeah, that
Yeah.
started with the TV show New Girl in 2011. They tried making one of the basketball players, which are more, Tyrone chat like effeminate in the show, and he said, "Hell no." So yeah, you guys are right. There's a change, but what I'm saying is that when I was growing up, I literally
Oh
saw
yeah, I
the
remember too.
ugliest
Yeah.
black dudes
Yeah, yeah.
getting
Because
the hot chicks.
music was very popular in the '90s overall. That was probably like the best
The best
like
time to be a black guy was like the late
like
90s, early
90s.
2000s.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but now they are becoming more gay. That is true. That they actually have the highest homosexuals in the male in the black
Yeah,
male.
the reason I kind of think that is like you can't really attract your own women, and you know, guys have like a sex drive. You might as well, I mean, go gay, I guess.
Well, black men have 20 times more testosterone than
Oh, yeah,
white.
they do. That's why they usually go bald really fast.
Well, I mean, besides that, yeah, but that's when the sad thing about having high testosterone like that for your sex drive, what that does is it makes you go gay. That's why they have the highest homosexuals. That's why you see them like with trans and all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
Wow. At least I didn't know that. Yeah, so there's like there's a time shifting to that I guess to be aware of. But I can definitely recall that your experience as well, at least half of it, because I'm a little younger than you.
I'm 32, and you said you were what, 27, 28, right?
Oh, I'm 29, so I'm
Okay, yeah, you're right.
almost
Yeah,
similar. Yeah,
yeah, you're like you're a middle millennial, just like me.
middle or young. I guess I'm a young millennial.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of hard for everyone now. Like, I feel like before 2020, I mean, it was possible, but now, like, after the pandemic, kind of like sped things like further. So it's kind of hard for like because like I think the blackest. Have you ever watched like Lux Maximus?
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. He
he
turned.
got exposed though.
He switched
Yeah,
cards.
yeah, it's kind of weird, but like one of his blackest black pill videos is like the life that waits for the middle-aged man, and it's like he's in his 40s, and it was like oh, it was pretty brutal overall. So and he was like a Gen X guy, so it's kind of like hard on everyone now.
Hard for what again?
Oh, it's kind of hard for every generation now, just like I don't know, like to date.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Well, I think a good thing of that is because like when me and Oversphere were growing up, at least for me, like I would be criticized if I didn't like. I don't know how it's with you, Gen Z, but like if you don't have a girlfriend, like you were just looked as a loser. But maybe
Yeah,
nowadays it's
definitely.
getting more normalized. Like, oh, you don't have a girlfriend. Oh, not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
You
why
say that?
I noticed you're desensitized when it comes to that subject, which is good. I'm not saying it's bad, but for us it was horrible. It was a nightmare. They would call us gay or fags and denial, all that shit.
I mean, that was the same thing in my high school overall. I mean, yeah, again, I went to like a Hispanic high school. It was like 90% Hispanic.
Oh,
But
brutal.
you just hear a bunch of like Hispanic guys saying the N word all the time. I don't know.
Oh,
it was
Hispanics,
kinda
yeah,
ghetto
I can't
overall.
stand that shit. Yeah,
I hate that shit. Like, why?
Latinos act black. Oh man,
Oh yeah, pretty ghetto. Yeah, cringe.
big time.
Yeah, I mean, I did went to like a ghetto high school, like or like I remember this kid. He got caught selling like weed, and like it was like right in front of the police cop. I don't know. It was like so fucking like retarded. But yeah, I don't know. Like
It
yeah,
happened like Mexicans like in like after late 80s they had the brown movement, but like and like it seemed like they were prideful of they had their own slang, but after like 90s hip hop, like they just started idolizing black guys and just talking like them, saying nigga, and it's just
They still do that, bro.
really bad look. No, I think since then it had nothing has changed.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. Is since
Maybe-
since 2005, even till this
No.
day.
late 90s, mid 90s,
Midnight.
or late 90s.
I remember. No, you're right, but I'm just going by what I
Oh
saw
yeah,
because in the
yeah.
music trend. But yeah, no, they still talk like that, man. Go to YouTube. Go. I mean, you'll find it, dude. You'll find any Hispanic talk
They just
black.
went to my high school.
There you go.
Yeah, but like I look up old videos like from like 80s, and they had their own thing going on. It was kind of nice, but yeah, it's different world now.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I saw cousins that are super racist. I mean, to be honest, like I think maybe like Hispanics are kind of like racist overall, maybe more than whites at times. But I don't know. I guess it's just the culture overall.
I mean, to be honest, it's kind of messed up, but that racism helps us
Yeah, it does.
Latins get our Latin women, because like some of the girls I dated will be like, yeah, I'm not into black. I don't date black guys.
Yeah.
And I think some of them said
I
the
mean, it's
same
kind
thing.
of looked
Asian
down
guys.
upon it. Like, if you see like a Latino girl with like a black guy, they kind of seem like that girl's a hoe, or I don't know, like I don't know, like negative stuff overall attached.
In the family, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
But a
Yeah,
white guy, it's like
garbage.
Jesus.
I mean, there was also that scandal. That was that scandal like a few months ago, like in L.A. Like they call
Uh-huh.
like I think it was like I forgot like city council called like black people monkeys overall, and then they were like people were kind of triggered. That was like a few months ago, right?
Oh wait. Oh, that sounds familiar. Oh yeah, the mayor, right? The mayor, or
Yeah.
something in the city council. That was they were making fun of the Central American, like one of the tribes, like one of the native tribes in Central American, that they're short and kind of ugly looking.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't really care if people call me racist because I mean, I kind of don't really care, like, because I mean, also in college, I had roommates who were like black roommates, like, and then we kind of like made like racist jokes to each other all the time. Like, I don't know, I was like, I remember like one time, like, I was picking my friend from like Amazon since he was like working at Amazon, and it was like
Uh-huh.
his name. It's kind of funny because his name was like Xavier, and I was like getting noise because he never like fucking like gets a shit out of my car. I was like, he was like, damn it, Xavier, can you get a shit out of my car? He's like, give me your keys. And I told him like, I would trust a black guy with my keys. He's like, hell no. But I don't know. I was just like, I don't know. It's just like it's kind of cool when you make racist jokes, but now like people kind of get offended.
No, if you look up old school, like what's his name? The guy who played the the guy who played the pig in Toy Story. Um uh, voice. Well, anyways, he's an old school actor, and he'd always make fun of every single race and culture. Back then, it was Italians, it was the Jews, it was Polish, and he would just go hard. And back then, there was no, it was people were okay with jokes about race, because if there's tensions, you just joke about it.
I
But
mean,
nowadays, you can't do that.
well, I mean, to be honest, I'm like more like a blunt, direct person, so I kind of don't really care in general. So like, I don't know, like even like, I don't know, it's just kind of like sort of my personality overall.
Uh huh. Oh, Don Rickles. Yeah, Don Rickles. That's what I meant.
But I mean, it's kind of interesting because yeah, again, like I guess like racism, it kind of like toughen people up overall.
Everybody's racist, man, one way or the other, if you think about it. So
I
Yeah,
know.
I mean, some people are racist behind like closed doors. Oh yeah, that's where I mean, Asians are extremely racist. Like when I went to college, I was like kind of like like there was I don't know. I was like I was kind of surprised like how racist they were because they
no,
also thought,
they're super racist. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I don't care though. I'm like you. I don't care if they are. It doesn't affect me. I don't know. It's just the far left, that makes such a big deal out of it because they think it's going to create like a mass amount of crime or hate crimes. But I mean, they already happened. Even if you didn't have it, people kill each other every day. So it's like
Yeah,
you don't have to have racism to not have
I
high
mean,
crime or hate crimes.
yeah, and to be honest, I think like according to statistics, like black people they can make the most crime overall, but
Yeah,
you know say that because you get called racist.
and it's not just white; it's anybody who goes against the liberal agenda.
Yeah,
But even the Asians hate the liberal agenda, because the Asians, for schooling system, like my friend, they get this discriminated because they're too smart as a minority. But so the minority, they'll give college admissions to blacks and Hispanics who are like average smart, instead of like an Asian guy who's like really smart, because they're underrepresented. So the liberal agenda doesn't even benefit like the Asian guys that are STEM maxing and all that.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, they're
I
trying to dumb them down. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Because they got the highest IQ, even more than Indians. So
Yeah. Like my friend, he had like, I think he had the same SAT score as me, but I got into more colleges just because I'm, Hispanic and all that. And I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna give him my.
I thought that's the same reason why I got like my job. I mean,
Oh,
it's
yeah?
like a job, but it's like, yeah, it's because of affirmative action.
Yeah, exactly. And even affirmative action doesn't benefit blacks the most. If you do studies, the group that has benefited the most from affirmative action is women. Definitely women.
no, it's always going to be women. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's why they lower the standards to join the military and to join certain more masculine roles. Now they're being done by women because of affirmative action. So you're right about that.
I guess I can read some of the comments, maybe. I don't know if there's any.
Always give your subscribers a shout out.
Yeah. Shout out to Patrick Fitzgerald. What does he say? Okay. Good. Classy first comment. Black men are gay. Let's see the next one. They've always been gay. Okay. Oh yeah, Doomer Tahana. You guys should check out Doomer Tahana's channel. I think he has high charisma IQ. I think I'm jealous of his charisma. He's pretty funny. But dating black guys and fucking black guys are two different things. Yeah,
I don't know, man. I disagree with that because I don't want to get into it, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, we could do it right after.
I mean, to be honest, like black people, they have like so many negative stereotypes overall.
Asians are extremely racist and rude. They don't mix well with other races.
Yeah, that's somewhat true. Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot of Asian friends. Most of my friends growing up were Asian. They'll even tell you their culture is racist. I mean, all like Oversphere, all cultures are racist. I don't think the left trying to take it all down. That just makes it worse.
I mean, yeah, because racism, it comes with the culture overall, so it's like
It's a biological thing, yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's literally science behind it.
It's just our human categorization in our brain. Just, don't fight it. Just joke about it. That's what I say. It's just,
I see General's Clutch. I haven't seen him in a while. Shout out to him. He used to be an old subscriber of mine.
Oh, really? He always asks this question. Maybe Oversphere, you should answer him, or one of you guys, because I don't know how to answer him. He says, thoughts on ranchero maxing?
I mean, I live in the city. I mean, I live in a cowboy city, I guess. So you could but I don't know. I live in a rural area.
I mean, for me, I guess he's asking how to be cowboy maxing in English. If he wants any cowgirls, but I couldn't help him with that.
Mexican cowboy, I guess.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to help him with that. I like country. Yeah, I like country.
You're more urban, huh?
I like densely country music.
No, I'm saying I can adapt to whatever city or country, but I actually prefer country because there's more space. You're not overpopulated with annoying ass people everywhere. Like I would have already roped Max if I lived in New York. I hate within that many amounts of people. So I prefer living in the country, having space out there and stuff. That's way more healthier for your mental state.
Genetics Plus asks is that BRP?
Yeah.
He knows you.
Yeah, he remembers me.
White guys live on a different planet.
That shit is funny.
Yeah,
that is true.
It's just
I hate the biggest LARP is like when a white guy says he's like 6 feet and he has has abs. He claims to be like incel.
They're awkward.
God, awkward. I can't stand that. That's just stupid, dude. I mean, it can be a possibility if he's socially retarded, but yeah.
Well, white guys have the most highest. I don't know if this is because of reporting, or it could just be a genetic thing. But they have the highest autism levels in America. But you know, a lot of more. They have more mental cells. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, you might get fucking pissed when like people say like when they're like an incel, but you're like taller than me. I was like, get the fuck out of here. Especially if you're like, what? Yeah. I mean, to be honest, like if you're average height, you're fine. Like you're 5'8". I mean, that's like passing line right there.
Yeah, no guy that's 5'8" should complain about shortness, in my opinion. 5'8" or taller.
Yeah, because it's still average. So anything below that, that's tough. That's
because
me,
now
man.
you start encountering 5'7" girls, 5'6" girls that are, you know what I mean. But if you're 5'8", you're kind of looking over most of their eyes.
Yeah, because the average woman is 5'4". So.
Timur Tejana, Ranchero Max is extremely high masculinity. Oh yeah. Open the door. And then the girl wants you to do everything, plan everything, like be in charge of everything. And they want you to fight for her if you're in a fight.
Nah, I don't think just be white is a cheat code. I mean, there's limits, but it's like, I mean, honestly, if you're like an ugly white guy, like, I mean, you probably can get like a good-looking brown guy can a like white cell overall. I don't know. Like the thing I think is like I feel like I don't know minorities they kind of want to boom like just be white.
Yeah,
it depends on the region.
You're right. They're coming from a very different time frame. That's the thing. They're still stuck in those 80s and 90s where if you were white, it was right. That's the complete opposite now.
I think it depends on the region because in California, there's some places where being white is like you have one more point of attractiveness.
I mean, yeah, just because California is super liberal. Like, I mean, yeah, again, if a girl's like extremely liberal, then she's gonna be like more pro white. Like, even like a minority girl, if she's like extreme feminist, she's gonna like want like a white guy.
Oh yeah, they're JBW. Yeah.
You saw that cartoon Velma? Like the fuck, they made like for like the literally like the Chad, and then they made like Shaggy kind of like the beta black guy.
This is a question from BRP.
Oh, what's up, Clutch? If I'm gonna have Lamprey, that's up to him, man. I mean, Lamprey's been kind of ghosting everybody. I still talk to him. I have his phone number and all that, but Lamprey did a big mistake. He was living in South Carolina, which is funny because he was down there with Lycan Theory, and then he moved back to New York. So he says he's going to start streaming again once he settles himself back in New York. But yeah, I wouldn't mind having him back on. I'll have him back on. It just depends on him, not on me. I'm always down for a stream, so I'm just gonna hit him up and see what's up with him. But he's kind of on ghost mode lately, so he hasn't responded to anybody. Not because he still talks to First from Insomatics, but he don't even respond to First.
Monk mode.
Yeah. No, but Lamprey told me he got tired of doing like black pill content. He said he was getting like headaches and he didn't want to get more depressed. So
yeah.
I appreciate it, Clutch. Thanks.
5'10" white Mogs, 5'10" ethnic. I mean, the thing about a 5'10" white is he can ethnic girl max more easily than a 5'10" ethnic. That's pretty much it, in my opinion.
Yeah, you would know that answer better.
Yeah, I don't think a 5'10" white. If you're talking about their same race, I think they're in the same struggle. A 5'10" white is still going to struggle with white women. But if it's like any race, then yeah, 5'10" white has more reachability. I think that's it for the on the comment. Genetics Clutch, what are your thoughts on inflation?
I'll let you answer that first. I'll be the last one to answer. So we'll go you and then Javi and then me.
I don't know. I feel like if I made like middle average income, it would probably affect me. But now, like since I live with my parents and then like I make a lot of money, I don't know. It's like I feel inflation doesn't affect me that much. Like it kind of sucks because like if you're poor, you don't really have enough like you don't have enough money to spend overall.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it depends on income level, I guess. Right?
Oh. I mean, yeah, I kind of agree with you. I mean, it's going to affect the poorest, the lowest class the most. I do think inflation, just from economic nerd standpoint, a little bit, I do think inflation still has a way to go. I think this whole like until 2030, we're going to be having kind of like inflation as a theme of the economy. But I do think after these dark ages, it's going to get better. But for these ages, like probably gas is going to be high. They're going to try to phase in electric vehicles. I think the metals, the copper prices, the metal, silver, all these are going to get higher because of our tensions with China.
Yeah.
I think things are going to start having to be manufactured in the U.S., which might be a good bump for mechanical
chips. Like they're not like manufacturing in Taiwan anymore because Taiwan and China they have like a lot of tension.
Yeah.
The chip shortage too, it kind of like affected a lot of things.
Yeah. So if we bring things back here, at least our stuff won't get broken as quickly. But it's going to be like old school, like 50s, where it's American made and it lasts longer, but it's going to be more expensive, like a fridge or a microwave or anything like. So it's just going to be.
That's the system overall. If like Americans can have like jobs overall, because then again, like, I mean, I know some people would like to have like the cheap labor, just import like the factories to like a different country. But I mean, it kind of affects like the I don't know, like the worker, I guess.
Well, I saw videos. Mexico might have a big boom because of that.
Oh because, yeah. There's a lot of manufacturing.
No, Mexico can already become a first world country like America, but the cartels and the politicians will never allow it.
Like, at this point.
What was that?
I mean, it already like surpassed like Spain as like the top like.
I wouldn't be surprised if the next Spanish, 5-10 years Mexico's gonna have an uprise.
No, I don't know, man. No, so? the cartels and the politicians won't allow that. That could have happened years ago, man. Mexico could have already been a first world country, but look at the interview.
The violence.
Look at the interview with Valuetainment. Hold on, look at the interview with Valuetainment, the Arab guy, and what's this guy's name? He was a Mexican soldier, and he tells you things that you wouldn't even believe. He exposes why Mexico's never going to become a first world country. It really won't. It really won't. No matter how much booming they have. But you got to look at the whole interview.
Well, even if they don't become a first world country, they can become like America's new China, like a worker class.
I mean, also what's also like it can make Mexico pretty rich is like a lot of Americans start moving down south and like
that's happening. Yeah.
Money. Yeah, it kind of fucks over the locals overall.
I think you talked to me about that, right? Because I made a video about like, and there's an article like Mexico City is just becoming straight up like paradise for American locals.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the Philippines, because somehow like a lot of people talk about G-Maxing, but like the Philippines has been like fucking like trying to say the word. It's been like I don't know. It's been coming like westernized at exponential rate overall because a lot of American dollars are flowing in there.
Yeah,
and then because a lot of people are going there for their trad wife, which is I mean it's a cope, but
no, that's true. Big giga cope.
Yeah,
I think if you go that far just to get marriage maxing, I think that's pretty blue pilled.
Yeah, the worst thing that can happen. Well, I don't know. You have to sort of to integrate that country, but to be honest, like I kind of buy into the geomaxing because I think it's like. It's probably too good to be true overall.
But... Right, yeah. No, every country's going to become... Every country... The issues that we're having as far as black pill or incel goes in America, you're going to see every developing nation. As a matter of fact, that's what I talked about with Lamprey Milt. When I had him 2 years ago, he said...
But look at the Philippines. Like the fertility rate for the Philippines, it went under replacement level last year. It was like in November.
That's what he said.
We're under like 2.1. And supposedly, like, Philippines is like a country where like a lot of people have like a shit ton of kids, right? But it's going down a lot. Right. Because now, like when the American moves to like the Philippines, those men are kind of like disfranchised overall.
Right.
But,
so
you have to compete with the white guy, or they have to compete with the black guy with a shit ton of money. So like you kind of like make the situation worse for the people there.
Yeah, exactly.
More like I say more materialistic overall.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what me and Lamprey talked about. He said, "Don't be surprised if you see incel inflation happening in every developing nation now, because you said, when the white guy goes there, he's going to stand out, and then the countrymen of that country are going to become the new incels."
Yeah, And also like the thing is like there's a rise of like mental health issues like the young generation of the Philippines because they are like the country that use like the smartphones a lot.
Yeah, you're gonna see the same shit in every country in the next 20, 30 years, man.
Yeah, I mean to be honest, it's like the elites. The elites want like people to geomax overall so they can like westernize. So like every country can be like sort of like like destabilized.
Yeah, I won't be surprised. That's why you can't really hate on the doomers because the doomers are always going to win. It just seems like the trajectory is going towards their philosophy, towards their way of thinking.
Yeah, and then like the reason why I say like the child wife is a couple because I don't think women were never traditional overall. Because it was like economic like trade-off. Like if the women didn't make enough money, then they need like a guy, right? But now like when a woman can make her own money, then she doesn't really need a guy to like provide for her anymore.
Right.
And it's getting worse where like these American simps like going to the Philippines because then again now they're like employing like the egos of the women over there by like buying them houses. Like the simping
Man,
is
they're the ones causing the incels now. All these dudes with like all that money that they're spending on these hoes. It's just the unincentivizing those women to get furthermore with other men that eventually might just come and do the same thing.
yeah, and then you kind of like destroy the culture overall. You kind of
Yep.
destroy the traditional values.
Well, I have a not counterpoint, but the thing is, I think geomaxing was always like a thing, but it's Instagram and all that killed
Yeah,
that made
and
it
then
worse.
TikTok now, so it's like everything is like globalized
A
already.
girl in the Philippines could shake her ass like a 10 out of 10 back then,
man.
and she could get like a guy from Netherlands who's maybe a white cell, and could easily be a king there and buy her stuff.
Yeah. So the sim cells are creating more incels.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like as much people blame women, I think the problem is not even women. I think it's just men in general because they're just like ultra simp overall.
I think it's both.
I think
I
it's
think-
both, yeah.
I think they're hard on both.
But he's right though to the extent that you can't blame women forever, but because the men are making it
Playing their
worse.
ego. Yeah.
They are becoming the majority of the problem now. Because let me break it down like this, very simple. Let's say let me think of a very poor white nation. I'm just going to use hypothetically
Bulgaria?
like Bosnia, because a lot of
Oh,
guys
okay.
have a thing for white women, including myself. So let's say Bosnia, that's a poor white country, right? So
Yeah.
they're like Serbs mixed with Russian. So if one simp, right, goes there and he does all the stupid shit he's not supposed to, what he's showing those women, even though he's just going to stick to one, that if more guys like him come, will be Captain Save-A-Ho. And then there's going to be a line drawn where those women are going to be desensitized to that traditional role. So at that point, they won't want to get with any guy that can offer the same thing that 100 guys already did. That's how men become the problem. You can't blame the women anymore after that.
Yeah, true. I mean, you also have to ask yourself, like, well, a woman is really not traditional if she marries like a guy with a different race, and then she's willing like abandon her family just to go to America and just like leave her culture? Is that woman really traditional at the end of the day?
It's like a hybrid of traditional and like,
I mean, it's not really traditional.
And then the next, it's like it starts out as traditional, and then the next is like the hybrid, and then like after that it's like just dystopian, like Americanized girl, I think.
Yeah, once they become Americanized, they're desensitized to those traditional values that they had from their country. So it's over at that point.
Yeah, it's over. Because the thing is, it's different. Like for me or my siblings or some cousins, like at least we saw the struggle of our parents, or we saw like the traditions and stuff like that, even though we're Americanized. But our kids or even further generations, like they're not going to see any of that. So it's just going to be a different realm.
I already see women from third world countries with fucking tattoos on the side of their arms. That's the first sign of Americanism.
Oh, Colombia, yeah. It's even in Colombia.
Colombia is worse. I think Colombia is probably the worst country in Latin America just to find a try wife. Because like
they cheat a lot.
Yeah, and also 84% of the population is like single moms overall, and it's kind of hypocritical. Like you're complaining about single moms in America, but you're finding like a single mom in Colombia. Like I don't know.
Oh,
it's like,
Oh yeah, what's it called? I was talking to Oversphere about the epidemic earlier, where like the single mom epidemic is much more normalized than just the way of the world in like Colombia and such. Like the men just accept it. It's like it's not a big deal.
Yeah, that was already a thing in Colombia before. I don't know. I guess the 2000s, but the geomaxing thing started in 1985, and it started by white guys, and then every other guy after them started doing it. Now it's really big. Like forgot who said it in the chat. Now it's really big with the passport bros.
Oh, let's read some comments, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I kind of think some of those guys are extreme blue pill as fuck in general.
Anyways, what do you guys buy land in Mexico? I guess that's
I'm
good.
not moving there.
It's a lot more cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but it's like where you. Well, it depends where you move to.
Good luck with the cartels. I wouldn't do it though. Fuck that.
Yeah.
It's not. It might be wise, but it has to be know where you're buying. I'm seeing a rise in the passport bros content.
It's mainly black dudes. Yeah, that's what they call it, bros. Anything that has to do with bros is mainly usually related to black men.
Dimadahana, Geomax works if you leave them in that country. I disagree with that. I don't know. Do you guys agree with that?
I agree with it because, like we were talking earlier, when if you bring a woman over here, even if she's traditional, she's gonna get Americanized one way or the other.
What if she doesn't know any English overall?
Well, in that case, you might just get lucky. Yeah, she might not just change. She might just stick to being traditional.
Like, that's not the issue. Like I think a lot of white guys and black guys says like you don't bring her to the West, but the issue with like those guys, they're like they don't understand the culture overall. So
exactly, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and like the reason why it works for like some guys, like some Mexican guys that bring their wives here, is because
I see it all the time.
That relationship was based on an attraction. It wasn't based on the money resource relationship. And most of these passport bros, like most of their relationship is like money based.
Yeah. No, you're right. The women that are traditional is because they're coming from like an old patriarchal society, so their whole role is men first, to please the man first. So a lot of the hardcore blue pillars, you might as well just call them that. That's what they want. They just want a wife. They want the wife experience. So,
and they're more easy to simp and not see the signs that this is not the kind of wife material you should be falling for.
Yeah, like the issue with blue pillars is like I don't know. They have this stigma like a woman can never like stab you in the back. Like they believe a woman is they put women on a high pedestal overall. Like a woman can never do anything wrong to you. And they're like the same people that walk into the slaughterhouse.
Instead of like Jesus on the living room in the top, they'll put like a woman or something. Like they worship women. Like
yeah, but you gotta understand that as much as we may dislike it, I don't even care at this point. To me, I'm already like used to it. But every time I see a guy like worship women, it's just he's hardcore blue pill. He's blue pill maxing. That's what he's doing.
Most of these passport bros are kind of like blue pill overall.
I mean, I would say it depends on what they're trying to do. If it's just trying to get a wife, that's blue pilled. If it's just sex, it's just sex maxing.
Yeah, but I've been hearing it's been trying to get like a trap wife. I mean, also like I know there's this like black guy. He had like wife him like not wife him, but he had him get like a prostitute girlfriend, but the girlfriend prostitute like she's been doing porn with like a bunch of other guys, and it's like the black guy is kind of like hardcore.
They do that. They get in relationships with strippers a lot. I see it in the strip clubs when I used to go.
Yeah, like what Greek physique said.
Let me just try to zoom.
Yeah.
A lot of American women won't spread the genetics. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, that's because they chose to, though. They choose to. They have control over that more than men do. Men don't.
Yeah. We could go to that last. What do you think of Andrew Tate? Let's see. That's all going to change.
Andrew Tate.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Just quick.
I mean, honestly, he's a grifter overall, but I mean, I don't know. He's not really changing much. I mean, he's just like saying like he's kind of a Jordan Peele. He's just a basic rep player overall. But I mean, he's kind of reverse opposition overall. But that's why I say at the very beginning, you have to be careful what kind of advice he lists on the internet because you cannot really trust everyone overall.
You
Oh,
can't
that's
trust.
the general
Yeah.
rule, but the
Yeah.
question is like,
Like,
what good do you think he's done?
I mean, I don't know. I don't really have much of an opinion of him. I mean, I think he's okay. I mean, I just think he's just your basic rap player, like, I don't know, like Kevin Samuels. Like,
Well, the
I
shift.
don't know, rap
I,
player.
yeah, at least the shift I've seen of some of my bros in real life, that Jordan Peterson viewers, they moved from Jordan Peterson to Andrew Tate, and like they're just, I don't know. I'm starting to sense a bit of like more hatred of women from them now that they're like more Andrew Tate. Now, I'm not saying all this stuff is like that, because some of this stuff is like actually really good advice.
Oh, those are all the hate cells. Those guys are never going to go away.
I know, but I think
Hate cells have been around since the beginning of the red pill.
I know, but I think he's Andrew Tate just might be creating a bit more of that hate cell,
Probably.
fresh and fit kind of atmosphere that I don't
Yeah.
think. I think just makes the gender war even worse than it already is. But
Oh yeah.
I don't
Also,
know.
yeah, that's kind of true. Because if more guys become red pill, like nothing is really changing overall. You're just kind of increasing the standards for women overall. So it's like I don't know more because again, like the red pill is still like the blue pill overall.
it's red pill rage, So it's
Well, I mean, according to Lycan theory, most guys are purple pill in denial, and I would agree with that.
Anyways, let's move on. It's all going to change once the vax results are in full. I don't know what he's referring to.
I had it, but I lost it. I think he was talking about I don't know. He'll probably correct me, but I think he was talking about the way women are acting now is probably gonna affect them, and it might reverse fuckery that men are going through.
Strong, healthy men are going to be in high demand real soon. If there's a war, I don't know. Let's see, next one. Traditional men, traditional women are pretty much extinct. I mean, yeah, for the most part. You have to like go to some tribe or something.
I mean, to be honest, this one I know it's like, I mean, there are traditional women, but they're kind of rare, but they tend to be the most hypergamous, especially if they're like a virgin overall. They tend to have like the highest expectations. But to be honest, I feel like 90 to 95% of black pillars, I feel they're kind of like, I don't want to mock them, but I feel most of them are kind of like wages.
Wages?
Yeah.
Oh, like what, W2 workers you mean, or what do you mean?
No, they work like McDonald's, like not like a high paying job.
Oh, that's true. I know. I think a big portion of them are like
And then I heard some of them are like
minimum wage jobs
for years. I was like, that sounds bad.
Well, the stem cells pretty much have a beta bucks option around like late 20s, early 30s. Even if they have no personality, they can probably get a beta buck
status too. So it's like,
Yeah,
that's what I said earlier.
Yeah, it's pretty much over when we get Americanized.
That shit's funny.
Tradfoids or cope. Cope. Oh yeah, Zimmer Trader. Shout out to Zimmer Trader. Let's see. Next one. Westernization reaches peak with the pandemic. Nice on the L. And where it's not going to fall apart like a house of cards once the economy collapses.
that's straight up cope. I could be hearing like the U.S. is going to collapse, but like, I mean, by economy collapse, you mean like a recession?
I don't know. It could be that. The other countries did collapse, though. Poor countries definitely collapsed. Go ahead.
Libya, you heard they devalued their currency like once again.
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Syria's even worse.
Which one?
Syria?
Oh, yeah. I saw that too. The community for safety reasons. Yeah, you got to know where you're going, man. You can't just like land. It's not like you just put a dot on the map and then you're just like expert passport bro or something.
I think that was in relation to what I was talking about earlier, or I think it was I can't remember who said it, a General's Clutch maybe. Doomer Tejano said it, that if you buy land in Mexico, that sounds like a good idea because the land is cheaper there. But
oh yeah.
You got to know the land. Yeah, that's what I said. Because good luck with the cartels. They're gonna try to, tax you on that shit. If you
Yeah, I
don't,
wonder
you're
what-
gonna come out on the Gore website.
I know. I've seen those videos.
Yeah, that shit's horrible, man.
Globalization is over. Multipolar world is coming, and feminism is over in terms of being a practical philosophy. However, the black pill remains forever. Use the knowledge.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Over for beta bugs provider cells. Yeah, there's so many of them. I mean, as long as it depends. Like, are they getting their sex? It sucks when like the women's, they're restricting sex from them and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, they use sex as a weapon.
And marriage.
I hate that.
Yeah, that's sad. But there's
But
a
if
lot
they're
of
getting
those.
the sex, at least they're getting the sex. Shit, better than no sex.
Yeah, I mean, also they're kind of blue pill too, so they're kind of like happy, like just from
Yeah,
the one
At least,
validation.
at least those guys that, as much as we all may dislike the blue pill, there's a difference between a blue pill that's getting the sex and the blue pill who's not. The one who's not is gonna rage hardcore. So
Yeah, but honestly, I think like most people in red pill and black pill spaces, they're kind of like pill and beta bucks providers overall, because like they always talk about women, but like I feel they like want to be like blue pill overall.
yeah, because I mean, it's a spectrum. You can't just generalize it like that. But yeah, I agree to some extent because like it depends on the guy. Like if he just wants to marriage max, then yeah, he's pretty blue pilled. But if all he wants to do is fuck, that's more red pilled or black pilled. The thing is that it's getting so bad in like high end societies. Like you can't even buy sex anymore because even that competition is being taken away because there's other guys who are paying these hoes more. So
Oh
now
yeah,
those guys are incels.
oh yeah, the fucking simps.
That's what the European cells were complaining about because Europe, it's all over. The prostitution is legal all over. So
Yeah, shouldn't they be having a good time if it's legal all over?
no, because the women are being priced out by the other simps, the simp cells that have money.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see.
Yeah, they're buying
bring-
them out of the market.
So like your average middle class European guy, it's like out of reach, like an 8 out of 10.
It's
not
not
out
even
of reach,
about the
but like
looks. It's about the amount of
pricey.
money that they're spending.
Yeah.
If you're okay, so let me ask both of you this, and just bear with me. If a woman who's a 6 out of 10, right, is getting approached by let's say 50 guys on an escort site, and they're all offering her like no more than $200, right, and then like 5 guys come from God knows where, and they're offering her $1,000. Who do you think she's gonna oust more?
Yeah, the rich guy.
Exactly.
How the fuck you fix the simping problem?
You
It's
can't.
like,
You can't fix it, man.
sure, it's in our DNA to like kind of simp, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely, but it's not an excuse to simp. I mean, if you want to simp, go ahead, but don't get mad afterwards. That's always been the message of MGTOW.
Yeah. I don't think we can, like, I always had this kind of mission, like, oh, we can fix all men to not be simps. But I was talking to my dad, like, earlier, like, about, like, some of my uncles and this and that. And betas or simps, like, they've been around since the beginning of time. Like, they've been marriages where, like, the guy just nods and is happy that he can touch her. And it's like,
yeah, that's how bad the thirst is, man.
Huh?
That's how bad the thirst is. Dudes are just getting happy with just
yeah, it's like guys that never got like a girlfriend. Because I feel like once you got a girlfriend, you get your heart broken, you probably like learn a bit.
You don't care. Yeah, you become desensitized.
Yeah, it's like you cannot really trust women.
Why do you think porn sales are on the rise too? Porn maxing and all that? That's another cope.
Yeah,
that's a big cope.
Bad. I mean, porn is actually a worse cope overall.
You guys listen to a Lone Wolf 87? No? Oh,
No.
Okay. He had a big video about him trying to stop porn overall. But
yeah, because porn is like an addiction overall, and then like I mean, like I heard some guys cannot get hard while watching porn.
That happened to me.
Yeah. Wait, what?
That happened to me before.
Yeah, if you consume too much porn, it kind of desensitizes. Yeah, it kind of like dang.
It desensitizes you.
Yeah, it rewires your brain.
Because like escort maximum and stuff like that, like there's at least the first couple of times I couldn't get on. I couldn't get off. I couldn't get rock hard, and I was so used to porn. So
that's what me and Base Escort Cell always said on our old live streams is to just start paying these hoes. It's like Javi said earlier, you're better off just paying these hoes and porn maxing.
yeah, it's because it's just a 2D image. It's not.
I mean, also to be honest, I felt like I felt watching porn is kind of cookish in general.
Yeah, big time. You're just watching.
Yeah, you're watching another guy banging a girl, and it's like
Well,
I feel like
you got
teaches
POV, point of view.
Yeah, but I feel that they teach guys how to be cook overall. Because I mean, I guess cook maxing is on the rise too.
Yeah, big time, dude.
I told you, man, they're gonna start pegging guys. I just searched it just to see if it's getting more popular, and they're gonna start pegging guys for Gen Alpha.
The dating coach, I call her not so hoadite, not so Eurodite. She was embarrassing her boyfriend on the live stream. It's like talking about I'm gonna peg you later. It's like 1,000 people are watching.
Yeah, it's getting like that.
Homo
I bet
cells,
Europe
man.
is more close to that than we are. Maybe one more comments. I'm a trader. Puro gente de Mencho. Mencho? You guys know what that is?
Yeah, he's the boss of the Jalisco cartel.
Oh dang. Oh, I'm going back. Just wait until you're prime at 45 and go with your used up STD max looks match who will cheat on you with the yoga instructor. This guy's funny. Yeah, that happens, or their fitness coach or whatever. Simps are a part of male nature.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, it's part of the sexual economy, I guess.
Yeah, Dark Cell made a real good live stream on that.
Jimmer Tejano, we have to use the Sims to our advantage. Yeah. Well, I guess how can we use Sims to our advantage? Like, what do you think he means by that? Or I don't know, Dimmer, what do you mean by that?
I mean, I guess to rip them off in general, just like steal all their money, but like faking because Sims donate money, right? So you use like
your girlfriend's an OnlyFans, and you get you're getting rich off. Because you think about it, would you guys have a girlfriend if she was OnlyFans? And obviously she's just sending videos.
In general.
Some guys, I think most guys that have a OnlyFans girlfriend, they are taking advantage of the simps because them idiots are paying both of them. Yeah,
both of them. Yep.
So that's what he means by that.
Oh
yeah. Would you marry a girl like that?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think Javi would. I think Javi has higher standards, but for me, I don't know. The money sounds tempting. Then again, Boomer's right. You got to take advantage of them because they're being stupid. So.
Oh yeah, Asians are into like escort maxing in general. I mean, just go to Asian massage parlor.
Rage cells and hate cells exist because they don't understand the black pill extends to every facet of life. It's basically just a realization of brutal human nature.
That's very good shit. That's a very good quote. Very good shit right there.
History basically teaches this. Yeah, there's more hate cells coming up. That's why, like, I just say it's not healthy to, if you're consuming black pill content, like, maybe limit it. You have to limit it, have a time limit every week on how much stuff you can consume.
Bro, that's why I don't care anymore. If I literally on my old live stream 2 years ago, I had a guy who confessed to me that he was going back to the blue pill because he couldn't handle the rage from the red pill and the black pill depression. I said, hey man, go ahead. I'm not hating.
I mean, I agree with you because to be honest, let's be honest, MGTOW, red pillers, and black pills. I feel like I just get annoyed about all of them bitching all the time, and it gets annoying. I just get annoyed with guys complaining all the time, and it's just it sounds very feminine to me. With the black pillars, they complain chats getting the women, and the red pillars, they just bitch about feminism. I mean, same thing with MGTOW, they just bitch and bitch. You're kind of wasting time bitching. You're not solving anything in general. You're wasting your time. Do you really want to waste your time in your 20s being MGTOW? I don't know. It's a lot of time wasting online.
Yeah, I mean, every guy, don't put that stuff in front of your own goals, your own dreams, whatever you want to do, or else that's cucked. You're letting that stuff kind of get in the way.
I love what you say it, bro. You make me laugh when you say that shit.
Yeah, I mean, that's at least that's how I feel about it.
Yeah, and to be honest, like I don't know, I feel the best advice to give a guy is just like fucking trying to get a career, but like nobody. I mean, people may make the excuse of oh, making money is a cope, but no, it is not a cope overall because
Oh, you saw my recent vid, Javier?
oh no,
That said, like,
What video?
how many maxing is not cope?
Yeah, but I mean, to be honest, like, 95 black players are, I know it might sound like a dick, but I feel they're kind of like losers overall.
I mean, they are. They're the Jordan Peterson said this. They're like the leftovers or the bottom tier of society, and
Bottom feeders, yeah.
bottom feeders of society. And it's just like this guy says, it's human nature. It's just that they're not saved by any monogamy anymore.
Yeah, but I mean, it extends further than just that. I mean, the way I used to describe it was like if they can't better the situation themselves and no one else will, they have to do it themselves. But
Yeah,
some
exactly.
of them are permanently fucked, like they really are. Like if you're
I mean, yeah, that's true. I mean, that's
genetically,
why I say, like, I just get fucking annoyed because, like, you're not looking way to improve your life. I think you're just better off, like, fucking, like, real maxing at this point.
yeah, that's what Hormaxer said. If you're not going to do anything to better your situation, that's just on you.
Or just enjoy life. Why does
Yeah, but
there are dopamine receptors off like going on the nice hike or
right. But
obviously it's not everything, but
not most of them can't even afford it. They can't even afford a plane ticket or a bus ticket to go to a different state where they can hike, and then the ones who are in those states are not doing anything about it. So I just call them stuck cells. They're just stuck.
That is true. Yeah, they're stuck, unfortunately. Yeah.
I think some of them can do better. I think most of them can probably do better if they just financial their situation better.
Yeah, and I feel like that's like one of the reasons I kind of like attract some girls overall. Because let's be honest, like girls want like date a guy that's like dominant over. I know people was gonna say it's fucking red pill, but like a girl doesn't want to like date a guy that makes less money than her overall. They want like a guy that's like above them. Like even like extreme feminists, they still want like a guy that dominates them overall.
Yeah. Feminists are full of shit. They've been exposed dating like Chads and higher calibers of men. But I mean, the only defense I have for like true cells is that I mean, the ones who probably keep on complaining but have a legitimacy to are the ones that are permanently fucked. Like they're ugly, they're like 1s, 2s, and 3s, and they can't really better their economics. They can't better anything because they're just, just overall permanently.
Yeah, and I just get fucking annoyed because all they do is just bitch about like not getting a girlfriend.
Well, those are just blue cells in denial. So I mean, there's a difference. There's a spectrum. That's what makes everything so polarizing. Is there's too many different types of incels.
Well, look at it like this: it's easy. They might as well career max in your 20s because
yes, that's the best.
Career maxing in your 30s and 40s is extremely hard.
Oh yeah, that's like
I know guys are doing that, and it's depressing and hard.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably easy for us to say since we're like kind of like STEM max overall, but I don't know. I feel like the male law is way worse than the female law overall. Because like the same guys that are always like complaining that like like these women are gonna hit the wall. And like these are the same exact guys that are gonna hit the wall like pretty early on. Because again, like even women, they kind of catch up in the economy. Like they're making more than men.
Yeah,
and then like I mean, it's like somebody fucking like losers wasting their 20s overall, chasing like bitches.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but you're supposed to do that in your 20s. You don't want to do that in your 30s or 40s. That looks more pathetic.
Yeah, another thing that's kind of hard is like I feel like you wait till your 30s, like women are gonna expect you to have money or status at that point. So it kind of becomes harder as you age.
Yeah.
Well, that's a new comment. All right. I banged a 19-year-old. I banged a 19-year-old escort in Tijuana. Oh, 19. Wow. Saturday night. Then went to Hong Kong and saw a lot of Asian cells and old cells. I actually went there like last year and then like a couple months ago. That's like men's heaven. HK. The 19 is pretty young. That's pretty good, I think, right? Because I think most of them are like in their early 20s or mid 20s.
Yeah, I think most incels want just bitches their age or younger, like 18 and up.
but it's a lot of Asian cells. Did you see young
The
Asian?
thing I get fucking annoyed the most is like when there's like when girls are like virgins overall, like that's like the biggest culp right there.
I ate some nice tacos de adobada from a street stand. Mouth orgasm. Fuck. Okay, I'll take note in case if I go down south.
Like, do you feel like some insoles have like super high standards?
Yeah, I think most mental cells are incels because they're like 7s or 6 out of 10s, and they're trying to get with like 8s and 9s.
It's the 6s and 7s. It's the 6s really.
Well,
That
you
have
got
a,
some,
Okay,
you got
we're
some
trying to
chat
go
lights
right
that are
now.
mental cells too.
yeah,
Normie lights.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm just gonna be realistic. Like, knowing girls I can just get, just like girls are like between a 5 or a 7, and even then, like a 7, it's like that's if I'm lucky on a good day. Like 8 and 9, that's pretty much have to pay escorts.
Yeah. No,
Pretty much that, yeah.
I just stick to my 6s and 5s, and
Yeah,
lowest
No,
I've gone is a
that's what
4.
That's what I say. Know your lane. You know.
Yeah,
Like, how to
yeah,
know your lane.
that's what I love about Black Pill is it's supposed to teach men to stay in their lane. Like if you can still get a hoe, even if it's like 2 points beneath you, fuck it, man.
Better than being like mono, like hand
Yeah,
cell.
and maxing, porn maxing, that's worse.
yeah. I was like, I don't understand why you try to fucking say try to chase Stacy overall. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I don't know. Its logic is pretty dumb. I mean, I feel maybe like even the normies are. I feel they're more entitled than like the themselves.
Yeah, no.
Oh, I never knew Asians were into escort maxing. Oh yeah. I know a few, but I don't keep in touch with them anymore. But there's Asians are into escort maxing for sure.
Every type of incel, ethnic cell is coping with escort maxing.
Oh yeah.
At this point, yeah.
A lot of white cells too, to be honest.
I've always known white cells. White cells have always been the forefront of all this shit.
Yeah.
That's why I always say white cells have it harder than anybody really. Especially with the anti-white agenda and the woke movement and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like not a lot of white guys are kind of like attracted to like girls of other races too overall because they're like mostly like attracted to girls.
I think maybe in Texas, I don't know, but in Cali, like I just think they have more ethnic maxing options. Now, I'm not saying they're getting Stacy's.
I agree with you on that. Yeah, it's a demographic problem, like you said, for white cells.
Yeah. Alpha
I mean, I would just like tell like people. I would just tell fucking Latinos like you don't have like fucking like money or status. Just forget like dating a white girl.
And height. Don't forget the height.
No, just like forget just dating a white because like to be honest, like getting a girl of your own race is easier than a white girl.
Yeah,
and you get a better deal. You get a better deal usually.
Yeah, I told Latino Cell not too long ago, back in November, I pulled a Zoomer girl that was, I think she was 24, 23.
Oh, yeah, that's impressive. Yeah.
And yeah, we ended up smashing. And I didn't even pay her anything. And that was just because she was Hispanic, yeah.
She's cuckoo, right? Or something like that?
Huh?
She's crazy, right?
The Mexican chick I smashed?
The Zoomer, yeah.
Did I say she was crazy?
I thought you said like she's crazy in the head or something like that.
Oh.
Because I asked, would you pursue a relationship with that? And you said something like that.
No, I can't remember if I said that she was crazy. I said that she was trying to beta bucks Max, and I'm not gonna pay for your kids and all. Like, nah, fuck that.
Oh, she has a kid.
Yeah, so I only smashed her once, but she came over to my house, and I met her through the escort dating site, not the escort site, but the dating site of the escort site, the dating section.
Yeah.
So I talked to her for like 6 months and nothing happened. And then boom, a few months later, she came over. We smashed. I sent you the pictures, didn't I? What she looked like? I think I sent it to you.
You sent me the older one.
The cougar? That's an old story though. So.
Yeah. I mean, some of those single ones may like, extremely hot in general. Because I remember one time I actually sent for like a single mom. I know it's kind of bad, but like, I didn't know she was a single mom, so she told me she had kids. But like, I don't know, it's kind of hard. I mean, it's super easy to fall for the trap.
No, but I get what you're saying. But what I was telling Latino Cell is that I like, because a lot, again, I'll include myself in here, is like a lot of dudes have white women syndrome, including me.
Oh
But
yeah.
if you let it go and you look at other options, which is what I did. I went for a Mexican chick. We talked for 6 months, and then out of the blue nowhere, she texted me. She called me. She's like, "Hey, I'm by your area. You want me to stop by?" She literally stopped by my house, and we smashed. And I didn't pay her anything, nothing. And she gave me, I don't want to say the details, but she gave me some good sex. and I already knew she was a single mom because we had already talked, and that's why I didn't mess with her, because of that. But she literally called me and texted me months later, and then she's like, "Hey, I'm in your area. You want to meet?" I'm like, "Yeah, come by." And I didn't even think we are gonna smash. And the next thing I know, she's like, "You wear a condom?" I'm like, "Nope." And then we ended up fucking.
Oh,
She's
wow.
like, "Just don't get me pregnant." I'm like, "No, I won't."
Hmm.
So I think if some incels were to take the race pill, they would probably do better. But I think, like you said, I think the problem is that they're just stuck on white women.
I mean, to be honest, I just prefer like Latinos over white girls in general because I'm kind of like white myself, and like the skin kind of like I don't know, it's kind of like interracial a bit.
Yeah, I see what you mean. Well, I mean, even part of the race pill is just guys should go for black girls. Let's be honest, black girls. There, a lot of guys don't want to date or bang.
Yeah, black girl maxing. Yeah, a lot of
Black girl
white
maxing
cells.
is at least an option in Texas. California, there's not that many of them.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of incels just in general, rather they're white, black, or brown or Asian, because they did a study on Tinder and not only Tinder but all the dating websites, like the actual websites, like the online dating and then the dating apps, and they did a poll study, and the least desired of all women were black women.
Oh yeah.
So like not even the white cells, not even the incels want black women.
Well, anyway, let's read some comments. Black pill can be summed up as this: only say that word. Deterrent. Will stop. Deterrent. Yeah, there we go. Will stop people from exercising full self-interest.
I like him, man. He's a very positive cell.
No, that's good. Or he sounds intellectual from the earlier quote.
Yeah.
It's neat. It's impossible to go back to blue pill after black pill. Laughing my ass out. Oh yeah, they're just so far apart. I mean, every blue pillar guy I know from like 5 years ago, I catch up with them, and they're now like in red pill mode.
Have a good one, Zoomer trader.
Zoomer, brutal. It's bad time, and I need a waging max tomorrow. Have a good one, boyos. All right, man. Have a good one, Zoomer.
Hopefully you have a great night.
Let's just read over some other ones. I think a lot of black pillars are too negative. Should be more comedic about it. Yeah, it's a clown world.
Yeah, that's what me and Lamprey used to do. We used to clown each other. He used to call me something funny. I would call him Lamprey Milt Cell. Then he would call me BRP Cell or something like that. We would make a joke out of it. So
yeah.
But I mean, the issue with black pillars, I mean, they're just like so negative because they're just like so focused on the decline. Like because let's be honest, like what happened to our predictions doesn't come right, or like, because like people predict shit all the time, and most of the time they're kind of wrong.
Yeah, no, but what they are right about. See, that's why there's so many different definitions of incels, because me and my co-host, what he didn't like, my co-host didn't like legacy cells. That's what he would call them. Those guys, all they want to do is the Chad and Tyrone. They just want to get women knocked up and move on. That's it. So those are the guys you're talking about, the ones mainly complaining about the decline of birth rates. Yeah, the legacy cells.
Oh yeah, I mean that's a bad situation. You just create more single moms and just like make women more bitter.
Yep.
Doomer Tehana, thoughts on girls who come to the black pill community? That's a good one.
I could have had a lot of women on my panel back in the day, but I only had 2 women. I had Amanda, good mother, and I had Mary, and I had Joy Isabel too. So
oh wow.
Yeah, I had Joy Isabel, dude. She had a
stream maxing.
Yeah. Now she was cool. She was cool. She was getting roasted by the comments, man. That's then hate cells were hating on her bad, and she was like, "I'm not gonna come to your stream no more because they hurt my feelings." So sorry to hear that.
There's a
I
lot
mean,
of creepy guys on the black. Like they get probably like stalker and all that stuff.
Nah, nobody was stalk. Not for my subscribe count. They just didn't
No.
like her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Joy Isabel made like MGTOW content and Red Pill, and then she went to Black Pill, and
Oh wow.
yeah.
But
yeah, I had 3 female panelists, and the only one I really liked was Mary. She was pretty brutal about it. But as far as what do I think women come into it, I'm just gonna say 2 things for that. I'll just say that most of them are just like Greek said, it's just virtual signaling.
mhm.
But there are a few, like I had Mary, she was a church girl and she was very legit.
Yeah.
So she wasn't virtual signaling. I can tell she was legit. And
What
she
do you-
wanted to come on again, but I just didn't stream with her again. She wanted to. She asked me, hey, can I come on your panel again? I said, nah, I'm good.
Wait, Hoppy, what do you think?
oh, I mean, I kind of think it's like an attention thing overall. But
Right.
I have a negative view of the girls that go on the red pill and grip in general. Because like it's all about money and less about like the LARPing, about being traditional.
Oh yeah.
It's not even that. It's they just want the attention. Women get a high dopamine off of getting attention, even if it's just from incels.
Yeah, plus the
That's why
money.
there's some friend groups, 7 guys and 1 girl. You see those?
The thing is, you guys probably coming in late to this, but there was already black pilled, supposedly black pill female content creators like Respectfully Roa. I don't know if you guys remember her.
That sounds familiar.
She disappeared, but she was like trying to appease all the incels, and then she's like, she was crazy. Like she literally was thinking about meeting some incels, but I think she was just grifting and full of shit. And then she talked about an OnlyFans, and she was like, I can't reach all of y'all, so I'm gonna make an OnlyFans so y'all can have a reach to me. And I'm like, you mean cybernetically? Because it's not physically real. So what the fuck you talking about?
I can spot a trend when it comes to the girls that come to the Black Pill community. Outside of the ones that come to troll and like heckle, outside of those, like I do sense that a good majority of them are kind of like anti-feminist, anti-SJW and stuff like that. Like they seem to have an alternative mindset.
I mean, also you have to consider it because you have to check out, you have to pay attention to the girls that are paying attention to the red pill content because they're trying to like, the reason they're trying to like look at red pill content because they're trying to attract like a simp. Because like a lot of girls like to LARP as being traditional, but let's be honest, like girls were never like traditional in general. So like because they're trying to attract the high value guy overall, so that's why they're watching like red pill content.
Well, have you guys heard of the subreddit female dating strategy?
Pink pill.
That's Pink Pill?
Yeah, that's Pink Pill. That started way before the subreddit. That was actually a female content creator that had 71,000 subscribers. Her name was Shira71.
Oh,
That
okay.
whole man, she was pink pilling the crap out of women. And this girl went from like 70,000 subscribers to like 133. That's 133 women learning how to play a game on a man. That's even more dangerous than all this other shit we talk about. Because they're teaching women how to use beta bugs, how to manipulate.
How to use beta bugs. Yeah.
Yeah, how to make men think that you really want them when you really don't. But she was like very strategic about it. Like even the red pillars were falling for it.
No,
Black
dude,
pillars.
they have a big rule book on how, like, step by step, how
Yeah.
to attract a quote unquote high value man to simp for you, like big time,
Yeah,
and stuff like that.
it was scary, man. Yeah, that's all pink pilled.
I mean, I feel like with the passport bros, they're kind of like these third world country, like women in third world countries, it's gonna be way worse than like the women here, because like they already know like American men are like the biggest simps.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyways,
Though the women here, they're just desensitized to all this attention. That's why they don't care anymore.
Yeah.
No voids in the Black Pill community, for the most part.
Yeah, black pill and red pill, they try really hard not to have them, man.
Voids always run communities as lots of men become simps and benjels for her. Yeah, definitely. Genetically do. Oh wow, there's a lot I missed. Let's see. A girl coming to Black Pill is pure virtue signaling. Girls understand dating Black Pill instinctively, but they live in a dream world with regards to everything else.
Good shit.
Yeah. Genetically dominate. Chads can find a job quicker than a sub 5.
Yeah, that's true too.
I mean, it's a world thing. I mean, a sub 5 most likely has been bullied his life.
Unless he's
Um,
like really intelligent.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I kind of disagree. Like, there's a guy that I hired at my job, my previous job, and he is everything. Black girls would roast him, like, "Oh, you're below 5'5", you're Asian, you're you have horrible frame." But he's like the smartest. He's got from MIT, and he's like he like at least in the STEM world. I don't think it's that Chad worshipy as like finance and law and all that stuff, where it's kind of your image and your clients. I think in the STEM world, you really do have to back it up with intelligence, IQ, analytical IQ. I don't know if you agree, Javi.
I don't know. I don't know. I feel with the IQ stuff, it can be kind of overblown. I mean, to be honest, I kind of like. To be honest, I felt I only got the job because of affirming action, but like, I'm not really that smart in general. Because I'm mostly like I'm kind of lazy, to be honest. I'm like a procrastinator.
Yeah. But do you think the Chad is getting like much?
Oh, a STEM job? Hell no. It was like you have to like prove it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think for STEM you got to prove it, but like I think for like salesman, law, finance, I do think there's a Chad kind of worship kind of theme there, a little bit. You still got to sell and all that stuff. I don't know. It's just my opinion.
Well, there are Chad worshiping incels.
A Chad worshiping incel is the employer. Imagine.
Yeah.
That would be horrible.
Church of Chad.
Yeah. Sneed anti-aging max. Your best bet is to max at whatever is easy.
Career maxing.
For some, it might be career maxing. For others, it might be muscle maxing.
Muscle maxing is like, this is gonna sound offensive, but like, I think the guys that muscle max are coping because they're like kind of low value overall.
Yeah, that's true.
If they're muscle maxing, like saying, okay, after I muscle max, I'm gonna get the chicks, and they're evolving it all around women, then I think it's really unhealthy.
Yeah.
Even if they get the woman, once they get a woman, especially a girl he actually likes, he's gonna simp heavy for her because of that.
Yeah, because he has a genetic advantage now. That's probably like 70% of guys that go to the gym, man.
Yeah.
Or maybe
I'd say 90, 85.
Or yeah, something like that. It's a percentage. It's a larger percentage though that are doing it just to get women.
Yeah. I mean, I got into an argument with this guy in the gym because like I'll tell him like because like I go to the gym where I see a lot of people from high school and I ask him like, oh, when you start going to the gym, I was like, I'm just doing the gym for myself. I was like, bitch, you're lying. Like, you're trying to impress someone. And I asked him like, who are you trying to impress? I was like, no one. And I was like, you're lying. Because I don't believe guys go to the gym for themselves. They're trying to do it for a girl.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's just like 80% of guys are just doing it to get with women, and like 20% are literally just doing it for their better health.
Like for me, at least, mine's health, but I'm also kind of trying to muscle max now. But it's not really for girls. It's just because of I feel more at ease when I'm at least leveling out my mass with like.
You live longer.
No. Just like my presence. I have a lanky presence, so I don't feel comfortable with it. So I think I feel more confident if I was like 150 or a little more muscle on me than my whole life I was skinny. And guys comment on that when you're short and you're skinny. Like guys they have like backhanded comments every now and then. And I know you're supposed to like be awful about that stuff, but I would feel a little more confident with a little more mass. But for a guy that's confident with being skinny, like let him be skinny. But those were my motivations, at least.
You and me actually have the same physique.
The same height, right?
Same height and the same physique, yeah. Like I think you might be a little bit more thicker than me.
Well, that's because of like gym muscle gym maxing. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that video, man. You did a lot of push-ups. Congratulations.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to like 50 or 60 or something like that. But
that's good.
I mean, I would say the best option is career maxing because let's be honest, like a lot of guys waste their time at the gym. Like they spend like 5 or 6 days just working out, and like the body needs like time to rest overall. And it's like to be honest, I kind of like the guys that like they claim they just do the gym. That's the only thing they do. You kind of like have to like do more than just the gym.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. I think career maxing is definitely the best option because that involves money maxing. So if all you care about is just getting women, you might as well just flat out pay them. That's it.
Yeah,
So if
and then
you
also with the career maxing too, you can also attract the girls that actually want to try to get
exactly,
married
exactly.
overall.
You
I'll be
get you
back.
get
I'm
the
gonna take a
two,
piss.
you go ahead. You get the two avenues of women. You get the trad thought and you get the hoe maxer. So it's up to the career maxer if he just wants to take the hoe route or if he wants to take the trat
Yeah,
thought route. You know.
yeah, you can live with the career maxing, you can live the blue pill lifestyle overall.
Yeah. I mean, so you can have the two avenues. You can have it both ways. You can get
Yeah,
the
that's why like I mean you see a lot of guys that like they fucking like the men age like fine wine. It's a straight up cup in general. Like I feel women now like they age way better than men. And
yeah. I would agree and disagree with that. Because I mean, if you look at old Hispanic men, some of them age pretty well. I think it comes down really just to.
genetic.
I would just keep it fair and say both age badly and both age good.
Yeah, one of them hit the wall too. But I mean the wall for the
I think
men
you're talking
is
about attraction wise, yeah. Because I've smashed cougars, I've smashed women in their 40s and 50s, and they still look good to fuck. So
oh
I would
yeah,
agree with you with that. Yeah,
yeah, but I say like the wall for the men is like way worse overall because if you waste your 20s and then like build up a career, like
yeah,
you're
that's true.
like
No, you're right.
you're amount to like nothing overall, and then like you waste your whole time in your 30s coping, and it's like and like you because let's be honest, like it kind of leads the guys to like go a road max overall because you're wasting your time, you waste your whole life for nothing.
Yeah,
Like you didn't accomplish anything.
yeah. No, you're right. That's true. That's true.
Well, the thing is, in your 30s, there's a confidence shift you have. Many men wake up, like, let's be honest, most men and women, let's just say men, mature in their 30s. I don't think
Yeah,
most men are maturing in their 20s anymore, like maybe 40 years ago. So I think it's interesting to analyze some guys I know, and there's a confidence shift. If you realize in your 30s, are you like part of the winners of society? Are you in the middle of society, or are you kind of part of the losers of society? And even if you're like a Chad Light, if you got like a minimum wage job, like that'll depress you.
Yeah, it becomes harder. It becomes harder to play catch up as you age overall.
Yes. Uh-huh.
yeah. There you go. That's the key word, catch up. And that's even more of a turnoff for most women. If you're like in your 30s or 40s still trying to play catch up, that's like a major turnoff for most women.
That's like being 5 foot. That's like being 4'11" as a guy.
Yeah, 4 foot nothing. Yeah.
And let's be honest, like men age worse than women now because I can see like I remember like when I was like in fucking like in college, I saw like a lot of guys going bald. They were already losing their hair, and it was like they're not even like hit like like their late 20s. It's like they're already losing hair in their early 20s. It's kind of like a bad sign.
Yeah, if it's happening at that rate, then yeah, but I don't know, man. I still see a lot of women age pretty bad. I would say both are aging bad and good at the same time. I can't, I don't have we don't have the statistics of who's aging better.
Mm.
I would just keep it simple and say both are aging bad and good. But I still think that women age better than men when it comes to sex because they can still be 40, 50, 60, and they'll still get a lot of dudes that want to fuck them.
Oh yeah.
Compared to men's, like how many young women want to fuck old guys? I don't think a lot of
Oh
them.
yeah, they're at the strip clubs.
Right.
I mean,
Okay.
to be honest, I feel like the only options in your 30s as an average guy is probably at best is probably be like single moms.
Yeah. No, you're 100% right on that.
Sneed, 18 to 25 escorts in Tijuana. There's tons of them. I prefer pale Latinas from Tijuana. Oh, dang. Okay, he has my same taste. I like the Latinas that are kind of pale too, but black hair.
Single mother Maxine.
Yeah. Let's see. Zoomer Trader, he already went to sleep, but it's still more complicated to date now.
Yeah.
Imagine ascending and getting an STD.
Oh man.
That's already brutal. Your first time and you get an STD.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
STD.
I'm sure that's happened to some guys.
White cells suffer more in liberal states than conservative states. I disagree with him, but I'm willing to debate him on that. But we can talk about it.
I
I
think
don't
you
know. What do
agreed
you
and
guys?
disagreed on that. Yeah, we talked about that on our last live stream. I think you said that they have it better in conservative states, but then
I
again,
mean,
it's
you get a
like
white girl easily, then like, well, I mean,
Oh wait,
it's a trick question and
you know what
answer.
it is? Here, let me go first. I think the whites. I think white chads. I think liberal is just like playgrounds for them. But white cells, I think they're better off getting like some conservative white girl in like Alabama or something. I don't know. What do you guys think?
It ain't gonna be a pretty white girl, I can tell you that.
Yeah.
He'll get a conservative white girl, but she ain't
yeah,
gonna be pretty.
it's not gonna be the best looking overall.
Yeah. I can guarantee you it'll be a 5.
Yeah, I mean, those are the white girls I tend to go for.
No, and I'm not shaming anybody who goes for a 5. I'm just saying the because they're delusional, like the white cells, the simple
Yeah,
fact that
because
they're
to be honest,
incels.
like I cannot get sex because with the sex is like you have like more status. Like, and at this point in my life, I don't have like enough status. Like, you have to like girls are gonna expect to have more. Girls are gonna expect more out of you if you're trying to like I don't know like day up.
It's so
Yeah.
easy. It's hard to get any race, to be honest.
I mean, black
Yeah.
girls are easy.
Black girls. Okay, both of you guys are from Texas. Be honest. Will a lot of incels be saved in Texas if they black girl maxed?
I'm gonna let
I
Or
Javi
black
answer
girls
first.
even hard?
I'm gonna let Javi answer that first.
I mean, okay, that's kind of tricky. I mean, as a normie, I feel like you like black girl max, but like as an incel, probably not. But I don't know. It's like
You mean normie? Sorry, you mean normie as in like your attractiveness, or normie as in your social
no,
neurotic?
normie. I mean, like in looks, social wise,
Oh, okay.
like looks and social. You could
Got it.
probably, yeah. But the thing with the, I don't know. I would be. I mean, you could date a black girl, but I personally would never have kids with a black girl because I'm not really for like race mixing.
Yeah.
What was the question again? You want me to answer?
Like I was just saying, like, would most incels not, would they be saved in Texas if they? Would the most incels in Texas be saved if they black girl maxed, or are black girls just as like harder as other races?
I would say that was a good
I
good
mean, you go to
answer.
college here. I would say it's probably easier you went to college because that's. I mean, to be honest, like you see a lot of black women in college, so
I would say number one, because it's a good question, but it's a little bit hard to answer because if you're asking most incels in Texas, can they be saved? Because I'm going with you're assuming that it's a conservative state. Texas is not really conservative; it's becoming a more purple pill, more purple state.
that's
So I think that most incels are still not going to be saved in Texas. The only exception is what Javi said earlier. If they start the black girl maxing, then yeah, they might just get saved by that. Yeah, that's what I did. I have no problem getting with black girls.
Yeah,
So,
if I had that option here, I would do that.
Unless they're willing to black girl max, then they're not going to have it any better.
It sucks because I hear a lot of black guys complain that black girls are just the hardest thing ever.
That's just because black women are doing that shit to their own men, just like white women are doing the same thing to white guys.
Yep.
It's a female thing. It's a race trader thing.
I mean,
There's like a race trader trend going on with the new age woman.
No, with every ethnic woman, women, every woman of a different race is betraying their own domestic race of men. That's a trend.
Yes.
It's like a turn on to them, I think.
Yeah. Commercials are really intermixing.
But I'm being honest with the blacks, they have the worst like gender war overall. Because
they do.
My guys always complain about black women all the time, but it kind of makes them look like pathetic.
What Greek said at the last funniest shit.
Well, the thing is, white guys gender war with white women is just starting like recently. But like Black Guys Gender War has been on since like 2010, I think.
Yeah, I agree with the 2010 part. Because that's when you started having like, I mean, like a lot of black pill channels by black guys like Oreo Man.
Oreo Man, Kent.
Yeah, but Kent too ascended. Oreo Man committed suicide, man.
Oreo Man's not dead. You're talking about Baraka.
Oh, Rock. One of them.
Yeah,
They said
Baraka.
it was an Oreo Man who killed himself, but I didn't know.
No, Oreo Man is trying to become rich so he can simp for a girl. He even said it
Oh.
on his latest videos.
Oh, okay. So who was the guy I was talking about?
Baraka killed him. He burned himself on fire.
Damn.
Dang, that's brutal.
Yeah.
And there was that one black MGTOW guy that committed suicide.
Oh, Renegade #1.
Yeah, Renegade. Yeah.
I already saw that one.
Well, a lot of MGTOW guys got exposed, like all the fucking co-founders, not the leading founders or the founders, but like the co-founders, like Barbarossa got exposed. He was literally like the one of the, if not the oldest MGTOW channel on YouTube, or even older than fucking Sandman.
Mhm.
Barbarossa was a Dominican guy, and he got married like recently.
Mhm.
So a lot of people, a lot of MGTOW guys, it was like a huge loss for them because he always, well, Barbarossa wasn't big on not getting married. He just said it's Western men living in a matriarchal society. You have to see his first video. His first video is very good. His very first video is literally the best thing anybody can tell another man of what's going on. And he predicted this shit. So he was far ahead of his time. He was talking about this shit like 13 years ago. We're barely talking about this shit now. And he was already talking about this like decades ago.
Yeah.
But he got exposed because he got married. And then what's the other MGTOW guy? Big John, MGTOW is Freedom. He got exposed. He got married. Mr. Hate Vicious didn't get exposed. He's always been a legit red pillar.
That's why I told you cannot trust anyone.
Yeah, well, most people, but I trust Mr. Hate Vicious. He never got married. He literally stuck to MGTOW and Mr. Hate Vicious. Yeah, he was cool. Sandman's never been exposed. He's definitely a giga grifter, but at least he's never been married.
Yeah, Sandman's an OG.
People will find out, man. Yeah, Sandman's OG. Nah, yeah, he's right up there with Barbarossa.
Oh, okay.
Dude, because I literally looked up Barbarossa and I scrolled through like 1,000 videos to get to his first one. He's older than Sandman.
Well, YouTube's hard now because you can't do the first video filter, like categorization where the first one pops
Yeah, that's
up.
why I said
you scroll.
gotta scroll. Yeah, that's what I did with Barbarossa.
Greek Physique says women age worse than men. However, most of a woman's life is consumed with their appearance, so they're able to age better. Most of the U.S. economy is based on women's appearance.
Exactly. Yeah. Gold shit.
You see, I agree with you and disagree with you. Like, well, I do think women age worse than men, but that doesn't like. And when it comes to like, that's like the analytical answer. But like the market-based answers doesn't matter because women still get sex easier until like 50 more than men or forever.
That's what I said. Yeah, they're always gonna have more sexual options than men. That was meant to be for women.
Yeah. Just one more comment and then we'll be cut up. Remember, maxing of any kind is a cope because you are an incel or a true cell. Maxing just makes optimizing the probability of you getting sex.
I mean,
everything's a cope.
I'm not trying to sound like an asshole, but I think he contradicted himself. Earlier he said it was, and now he's saying it is. I don't know. Good, wrong. It doesn't matter. Cope doesn't mean anything bad if you look it up.
I mean, this is like, I say there's like two pathways because let's be honest. Like, I think most guys want to live the blue pill lifestyle, just like come home just to like a wife and kids,
have sex.
Not me. All I want is sex, but I don't care about the wife experience.
Yeah, but let's be honest. Like, everything has like consequences overall, like in life in general. It's like, so you're gonna pick the blue pill lifestyle, or you could just like keep having sex till you die and rob.
Yeah, that's what black pill is. Black pill is not.
It is black pill because there's no perfect way to live life.
Right. That's what black pill is.
He's about like dying like within a year.
No. No, I don't care. Especially with me, Latino
But
still
oh,
knows my situation. I don't give a fuck about reproducing. That's just
Oh,
more.
wait, Oversphere, I thought you did kind of want to
Yes,
reproduce,
if
or
I can make it happen, but it's not in my
it
most
doesn't have
public
to happen.
interest.
If you get a
Exactly.
good deal, you'll take it. But if not,
Right.
you're fine with just sex maxing till death.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
exactly what we covered on your last live stream.
Okay. I just want to make it clear.
yeah.
Yeah, because I am the last in my bloodline, so it's like,
Oh yeah. Yeah, you
yeah,
told me.
I
it's
mean, you can
either
also.
or.
I mean, well, I kind of recommend it if you got money, but like you can also like adopt a kid. But
Nah, fuck that. That's cook tree.
eh,
That's
yeah,
hardcore blue pill. Fuck that.
true.
I'm not hating on it. I mean, I still think any man who does that, it's a good moral thing to do, but it doesn't change the fact that you're cooking yourself at that point.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you take care of another man's responsibility? I understand if he's in the orphanage, but
Yeah, I think it's because like the reason why people want to live the blue pill lifestyle is because they kind of like want to leave like a legacy. I mean, this is how I see it. You either like pick a legacy or freedom. Because either like if you get married, you kind of lose freedom. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I say everything has consequences overall.
yeah, you just proved my point. That's what I was trying to get you to understand. I said I don't care about just sex maxing. That's all I really care about at this point
Yeah.
because I don't want to end up to what you just said. Because if I go about it that way, even if the girl is traditional or in another country, I lose a lot of freedom because now I got to enslave myself to them.
Yeah, the only way you can escape it would be like dumpster dive, but like,
I'm glad you said that. I'm proud of you, man. You're catching on. Yeah, that's true. That's true too. If a lot of guys dumpster dive, they would ascend.
Well, I agree with Hobby. Let's just by the numbers, I'd say 80, probably, I don't know,
yeah,
85%
but I
of
also don't
here
support the
just
oofy
wants to ascend.
doofy. Yeah, I also support like oofy doofy maxing where like you become a house slave to a girl. I was like, a girl can easily abuse you. You're pretty much a cuck in that relationship in general.
Yeah.
Like in on my relation, like with my girlfriend or whatever, and then her friend, like, oh, are you gonna watch the play? Like, oh, my boyfriend doesn't like that stuff, so he's not going. That's me. But then her best friend's like, oh yeah, Charles doesn't like that stuff either, but I'm making him go. It's just like just obey whatever she says, kind of relationships.
Yeah,
Well, I
and
mean,
to be honest, I kind of respect the guys that just want to have sex till you die. Because let's be honest, like, why you want to live till 90? I don't know. It's like I feel like it just gets depressing as you age, especially being like left anything. I mean, that's why I said the middle wall is like so harsh in general. Like, if you develop a career, it's pretty hard.
yeah,
So,
but you got to remember happiness. You're forgetting happiness is subjective to men. Like if
yeah,
it comes down to me, I'm happy just having sex. I don't care about
yeah.
anything else. I'm not saying that there isn't a greater purpose that I can make. I'm sure there is,
I
but
mean, I respect that because to be honest, the real black pill is like we're gonna die someday, so like you might as
yeah,
well live life how you want to.
yeah, that's my point. Now I'm not saying I'm gonna have sex till my 90s. I'm pretty sure maybe once I get to 60 or 70, I won't do it anymore. But
Yeah, yeah, on steroids.
yeah, yeah.
Agra. Yeah.
No, so I'm just saying you got to live your happiest. That's what a lot
Your
of
happiest
men,
life for you.
right? Men have to ask themselves: do you want to live the best or do you want to live your happiest? There's big differences between those two.
What's the difference?
The difference is if you want to live your best, you have to work hardest to career max and do all that maxing. That's living your best.
Yeah.
And then living your happiest is just very simple. It's a lot more simpler. All you got to do is find what makes you the happiest and just go about it that way. If what makes you happy is just having sex with women, go for it. That's what TFM says. If all that makes you happy is building buildings or being a construction worker, then go for it. So that's why I said
Yeah,
happiness is very subjective to all men. What makes me happy won't make other men's happy. What makes them happy won't make me happy. It's very subjective.
I would advise most men probably just keep the economy going and marry and ascend and all that. But I'd say there are a few men that are like you, and I'd say for a few men it works, but the majority of men probably not. But like for Oversphere, I think he's mature, and he's mature. He can live that way, for like till he dies or whatever.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead,
True.
my bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, but to be honest, like I kind of like think that like not everyone should have like kids or get married overall.
That too. Yeah, that's another reason why I'm not big on the whole legacy cell things. Like, why would you want to bring kids just to suffer more?
Yeah,
So
like if you're gonna have kids, you should have this because you want to, stuff you need to in general.
yeah,
And
but
then
right, yeah, no, 100%.
yeah, and then you're like bring kids, like you have to make sure you have like enough money to send them to like a private school or homeschool. I don't know. Try to give them the best life because like if you just want to have a kid because you want to, it's kind of selfish, especially if you're like incel with like bad genetics.
Yeah,
Like that's why I say you should. The most important question you ask like she have kids in general.
right, exactly.
Have you heard of the China policy? Like they're trying to reverse their one child, and they're trying to encourage couples to have kids, but couples are like fighting back, saying make it easier to have kids than just cost of
But
living or
having kids
crap and
out
all
of
that.
wedlock, it's a human thing. It's just a human thing. You can't stop it. Right now, as we're speaking, somebody's fucking without a condom and they're gonna get pregnant. That's just the black pill taxpayers don't want to face. It's like
Yeah,
it's gonna happen, man. People don't give a fuck. People just fuck like rabbits. So kids are still gonna be coming out of wedlock.
Yeah,
yeah.
you guys have been so very generations.
There's more kids in today's world being born out of wedlock than traditionally back then. Traditionally back then, people were just having kids because of marriage. Now they're just having kids because of the hell of it.
Yeah, I mean that's how I see marriage because I feel like the only point of marriage is just to have kids. Like I don't see the point of marrying just for the women in general.
Yeah, that was the nuclear traditional family values. That's what it was. That's what the trad cons and the trad thoughts want. That's what they cry about. That's all they want is the
Yeah,
traditional nuclear family.
yeah, you get that a lot from the MGTOW guys too.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, that's. Well, I mean, they'll argue back saying like it's a big commitment thing or it's a tax thing.
Yeah, and then they cope with the sex doll, and it's like your fucking sex doll is pretty pathetic because you know you want a girl really bad, but like the doll can never replace like human touch.
I don't know if the dolls are gonna get like more popular this year
No,
or
I
at least
doubt
this
it. They'll
decade.
they'll never get to the point of where it literally replaces women. I don't think feminism is going to allow that.
Yeah.
Anytime something concurrent all of a sudden becomes obsolete, it literally destabilizes the whole country. So the agencies of feminism are not going to allow that.
Agencies that well, yeah. I mean the government knows what's going on. If the government didn't like feminism, they would shut down all Cardi B,
Yep,
all TikTok
all the
tonight.
feminist policies. Yeah,
They would shut it down tonight.
no, but feminism works
If
very well with elitist,
depopulation.
globalist, and corporations and the
Yeah,
government. That's why feminism is so powerful.
Yeah, I mean, and then plus like climate change, their whole agenda, and then there's not enough housing supply or all that. So all Cardi B's music is perfect for them. Nicki Minaj music is perfect for them.
I'll just say it. I'll just say it. Who said it best was MGTOW. Regardless of how many people may hate him, one thing they'll always have right is what they said a long time ago is that modern day women want to choose like men. They want
Yes,
to
yes,
be like
exactly.
men.
Choose
They
like men
want
and be
all the privileges of men, but they don't want the responsibilities of men.
that's the big fight right there. They don't want the responsibilities of men.
Exactly.
Hey, I'm just curious. What do you think is gonna happen? Because I heard like by 2030, like 50% of women are gonna be single. Like, what do you think would happen when women are 40s or 50s or 60s? Like, because they don't have kids, and you know, like how like some girls they cope with like the grandkids. Like, do you think women are gonna commit suicide?
Yeah. Let me answer that real quick. First of all, that was a really good question. Secondly, I can tell you what's really happening is what you're seeing on the news every day. They're literally the ones who have kids and don't want them, they're killing their own kids. I can send you tons of articles where it's on the rise. There's a spike. Bernard Riley covered that. There's a spike of women, single mothers killing their own offspring. And then the other thing is the ones who don't have kids, I think very few of them are going to commit suicide. They're going to take sleeping pills and overdose. and then the other ones are going to do the exact thing you just said. They're just going to try to be like take care of grandchildren that are not theirs. So
Thing.
go ahead, Latino Self, if you want to answer that.
That's a loaded question. I think women are just pushing back this whole serious mindset, like monogamy mindset thing. I also think there's a good fifth of them that are just not going to be interested in men and procreating with them. I think there's going to be a huge singles market in the 40s, like for older women.
I mean,
So
most women are gonna become lesbians overall because, like, when they don't find Chad attractive, like,
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of young guys cougar maxing later. A lot of Gen Alpha that can't get Gen Alpha women. They're gonna.
That's already happening with our generation. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, that is happening. I know 2 marriages have happened. The guys are marrying. The Zoomer guys are marrying millennial women.
And the millennial guys are marrying Gen X women. I could have done that with that cougar I told you about.
Yeah, and I think it's going to be worse. There's going to be a lot of single millennial or young millennial Zoomer women.
Yep.
And a lot of guys. It's going to be, it's very normalized how a guy could marry a girl 10 years younger. It's going to be very normal for guys to marry girls that are 10 years older.
Cougar I was messing with back in 2016 was 18 years older than me.
Jeez.
And that was 2016. I wasn't even in the manosphere. I was already cougar maxing without even knowing it.
And because of that, there's going to be a lot of surrogate babies, test tube babies. There's going to be a lot of new technology to freeze their eggs and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's
the woman wall theory will get destroyed.
Yeah. Yep. At that point, Javi's going to be right. There's not going to be a wall for women because once women can, because see, here's where MGTOW does get it right. Women do hit the wall and they hit it biologically, but not attractively wise. They will never hit it because there's always going to be some thirsty ass dudes that's going to literally sleep with a woman who's like 80, 70, 60, 50, 40, right? But once the biological wall gets like somehow defeated because they'll be able to freeze their eggs or something like that. There's already women having babies in their 50s right now as we speak. So once they solve that problem, the wall's not going to be applicable anymore.
That's going to be old school knowledge.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they can have healthy babies in their 50s, then yeah, the wall is pretty much done.
And don't even get me started on human longevity technology.
Oof.
I don't even know if that's healthy, but let's not get in that rabbit hole yet. Greek Physique says, my most blackpilling experience was working as a mover for 5 years after high school. Basically labor like a slave carrying boulders in ancient Egypt, and people care less if you get hurt.
That's UPS.
Yeah. There's a lot of depressing jobs in this new world.
I mean, you just work as a forklift driver. You can make like $25 an hour.
Being a what?
Forklift driver.
Oh yeah, that's true.
That's what I did. That's how I paid part of college in general. Just become a forklift. I mean, I was kind of like I don't want to say work stuff, but I had like 2 part-time jobs in college.
It's all good, man.
So you paid off your college then, right? Or you put a big amount.
I kind of had my dad pay for my college for me, but I kind of feel like I kind of feel guilty about it. I felt bad.
No.
You can't, dude. That's family. That's how it works. Don't feel bad.
People like 10 times richer than you are doing that. Don't feel 1 ounce of badness.
Especially in Hispanic bloodline, like me and Latino. So
yeah,
Hispanic families do that. They tend to help their own, regardless.
I'd rather that than people try to rely on the government.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like working. Well, it depends. Like, I will enjoy working, but I mean, I kind of like going to work, talking to people. That's another thing. I don't know. What do you guys think about remote work and that becoming like more normalized with Gen Z and stuff like that? And like, I mean, it doesn't matter. My work is mostly like programming in general, so it's like all statistics and I mean, it's good. You get like a customer service job because you talk to people.
Mm-hmm. A lot of boomers like really hate it, like because you're not going to the office and mingling and happy hours and all that stuff.
Yeah, boomers are stuck in a very old system, so they're having a hard time adapting to like newer jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the case with my dad. He's having a hard time, but he's somehow pulling through. And then Gen Xers, they're the ones who pretty much invented all this technology. I mean, Steve
Oh,
Jobs
yeah.
was a Gen Xer.
Bill Gates.
Bill Gates was the Gen Xer. What's the other guy's name? The computer software programmer from Oracle,
Oh,
Ellison.
yeah, Larry Ellison.
Yeah, Larry Ellison. He's a Gen Xer. So the Gen Xers started this whole technological advancement. So they were the boomers and the Gen Xers were the most successful generations, and the millennials and the Zoomers are the most failed.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Isn't that a thing?
I mean, I don't blame millennials since they were lied by boomers in general. Like they're because to be honest, boomers they kind of had like a good economy from the start.
Yep.
And like boomers told millennials to go to college, and then like they went to college, took out loans, and then like I guess their college degree was not good enough, and then so people went back to school for like a STEM degree or like medicine because that's where the money is at. I don't know, millennials were kind of screwed in general.
Not only that, boomers actually could have ascended a lot more easier. And as I speak right now, they're literally they had the best options to have offspring because Gen Xers were from boomers, millennials were from boomers, and on a small scale, there's even boomers having Zoomer children now. So yeah, dude, it's brutal. They had
Wait, boomers and Zoomer? Are you sure?
Yeah, boomers.
Oh, wow.
If boomers are fucking in their 60s right now, and they get knocked up, they get a 40-year-old or a 30-year-old pregnant. There are those cases.
Oh wait. I think you're right. I do know they're a very young boomer, and their daughter they had her at 42.
Yeah, that's the case
with
that's the case with Jeff Younger. He's a boomer, and he literally has like not even Zoomers. They're like Gen Alpha kids.
Jeez.
That's how fucking good the boomers had it when it came to being a seed spreader.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, boomers still had it like easy enough because like back then they could easily afford college with a part-time job.
Yep.
With Gen X, it was a bit hard. With millennials, it kind of got. I guess it was like harder. And then for Gen Z, I'll say like you can't afford going to school. I would just like don't go.
Yeah.
It's like, and to be honest, like the STEM degree is kind of. I don't know. You kind of have to adjust your max now just to get like a job. It's like, because you're also competing with immigrants too, but also like because like 2010s, it was like people were telling you to get like a STEM degree, right? So like people were going into like STEM in like the 20
CS maxing, yeah.
And now like you have like oversaturation of like STEM degrees now. Like a computer science degree, a basic computer science degree is not good enough. You actually have to like do more.
That's like rope fuel. That's like rough for my friend who's trying to computer science max one of these.
Yeah, to be honest, computer science is like a common major. To be honest, like
he's trying to go to like a boot camp and hopefully get a job after that.
Damn.
I don't know.
Well, shit, I was gonna say real quick, man. It was good chatting with you guys. I'm gonna go ahead and I would stay longer, but I'm gonna go Buffalo Wings Max. I'm getting hungry. So
okay, yeah. Have a good time.
We'll be up all night, man. But thanks for having me, Latino Cell, and shout out to you and shout out to Javi, man. You guys have a good night.
Okay, we'll see
you
later.
Have a good night. We'll see you later.
See you on the next live stream, man.
Yeah, sure.
All right, later.
Yeah, but like what were we saying?
Saying about yeah. So like 2010s was probably the best advice to get a STEM degree, but now it's like
How is the job market now? Wait, are you in like your career now, or are you like just like minimum wage or something? I don't know.
No. Like okay, so pretty much after college, I kind of work with my dad. I kind of lucky in general because I kind of become like a NEET. Like I kind of work for my dad's business. Yeah. So I know like while I was working with my dad's business, I kind of did Uber on the side.
Yeah.
And then I was doing a bunch of like certs for like data science on Coursera. Yeah. I mean that's actually the best advice now because I think corporations now they're kind of like I don't know, they're kind of like they don't really care about college degrees that much anymore. So it's like I think now like
certification.
I think the way it's going now, it's like it's easier to get certs now.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I just got like a few certifications for data science, and I just started applying a job. Yeah, because I'll say like because I don't think like college degrees are gonna like I mean they're becoming more useless over time, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
So
what's your opinion, right? Well, also like I don't know. I would just say like just do certs overall because it's definitely cheaper, especially going to like IT.
but I remember you were like career maxing hard. So you're done with college and you have your certs. So you already have your first IT job, I guess.
Yeah, that's science,
Okay.
but
Okay.
yeah, yeah, but like to be honest, like I don't know, I don't know. I just like I mean, I felt only got hired because of the affirmative action stuff, but like I don't know. I guess they were kind of impressed because they took because I had like a physics degree.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like I mean, how's it for engineering? Like you have to have the engineering degree.
Yeah, you gotta
But,
have an engineering degree from a good school. That's pretty much all you need.
oh really?
And
Even if it's
obviously, hopefully,
like,
have some sort of connections. If to get to a top company, if you don't have those kind of connections, then you start at like a low tier company and maybe like shift out eventually to a mid or higher tier, higher salary.
um,
But it's really school dependent. It's kind of messed up in my opinion. But it's, like if you go to a good school, you'll like firms will want you. But if you go to like a mid tier or lower tier, like you're not gonna. It's gonna be really hard. You might get
yeah.
like some low tier firms or stuff like that.
I mean, I think I just went. I mean, I did went to a mid-tier school. I think the only thing that saved me was like the physics degree.
Physics degree. Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I mean,
And it's
yeah,
remote, right? Or you have to show up at the place.
yeah, show up. It's like both.
So tomorrow, I mean, it's obviously in Texas, it's like 2 a.m., I think. Do you have to show up tomorrow?
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go sleep already because I'm getting tired. And like, like my sleep schedule has been like all over the place in general.
Oh, okay. Wait,
Yeah,
did you ever ask out that girl at the supermarket? You said you had two options. That was a while ago, right?
yeah. I mean, I mean, honestly, they're like brown, but like,
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna wait a bit longer. I don't sound like retarded if I miss my option, but I
Mhm.
don't know. I think I'm just gonna wait a bit more longer and see. I don't know, like, cause I mean, both of them are brown, but like, they're. I mean, I think they're average,
Mhm.
but I don't know. I mean,
You asked them out,
I mean, I
or you're
was
just still
dating
kind
for
of,
you in your early 20s.
you know, you asked them out, or like, or you're still, not
Yeah.
yet?
I mean, well, one of them was like through a connection with my cousin.
Uh huh.
So I mean, I guess he helped me out. I mean, and then like the girl that works at the supermarket is because like I guess she knows my mom, so it's like I mean it's all connections in
Connection
general.
based, yeah, I know, yeah.
Yeah.
But did it work out, or did you?
I mean, Escal. To be honest, I'm not really into the. I mean, one girl, okay, the girl I'm asking, the Korean girl is in college right now, so she's not here.
Ah,
And
I see. The Korean
yeah,
girl.
yeah, and I'm not really. I mean, I'm not trying to like get a girlfriend right now.
Uh huh.
And then like I think the second girl is like I think I don't know. I'm not that attracted to her, but she's like, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think I was gonna wait a bit longer.
Oh, the supermarket girl, right? You said she was like okay looking, I think you said.
Yeah.
Okay. So right now you're not trying to like. I mean,
Mm,
you've had a girlfriend, right? Or you haven't had a girlfriend, right? Or
yeah, high school, and then like yeah, just in high school, to be honest, and then like let's see, college. It wasn't really like a girlfriend because I mean, I kind of just like I don't know. I talked to this girl for like, and then I don't know. I just like
Indian
spat,
girl, right?
huh?
Some Indian girl, I think
Oh
you
no,
said.
that was a hookup in
Oh,
general.
okay.
Yeah, but the girl, the white girl, I was like, the reason I just left because like she was like she was kind of like a drug addict.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It's but I don't know. She was okay for a white girl, but it's like
Yeah.
you definitely don't want to date a girl that does like drugs all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And then she had like depression problems.
I think you're taller than me in Oversphere because we're both like 5'5". I think
Yeah,
you're 5'10" or 5'9" or
no, I'm like 5'8".
5'8". Okay, that's still pretty kind of good
Yeah,
for at least for
average in
Hispanic.
general. Like I don't know. Like I feel people kind of worry. I don't know because I feel like sub five. I feel you have to be like super short or like super ugly.
For sub 5, I mean, if you got to be like 5'7", you got to be like 5'7" and lower, and then like kind of funky looking.
Yeah, because I feel there's a lot of fucking like LARPers and like I feel there's a lot of normies in Black Pill.
There are,
Basically.
dude. Like I've been saying, like there's a lot of average looking guys that are 5'9", 5'8", and
I mean, the issue with you guys is because you're super picky overall. Like,
yeah,
I mean,
they're not willing to date a little lower than their looks match, like just a little lower, But
yeah, and then there was this one guy. I mean, I was talking to him. He said he's like I guess a trad con, but he say he only wants a girl that's like a virgin. And I was like, he's like, I don't know. He doesn't really have a career.
yeah, that's the thing though. You can't be like low tier job, unfortunately.
I felt it's kind of weird. I feel like some of the guys tend to have the highest expectations overall. They're like I don't know. I feel like the ugliest guys.
Yeah. Well, let's read this comment. Yeah, don't worry. Like, I'm gonna wrap it up soon. Anyways, I gotta go to bed. Greek physique. My most blackpilling experience. Oh no, wait. I think he had a last one, and I guess we can just wrap it up after that. A BA in any field is worth. Lin 223 is. Wait, what? Is worth Lin 223 is worth less than a high school degree than in 1950. Oh, I think he means in 2023. Is worth less than a high school degree in 1950. Job market is saturated, and BA is just proof of general knowledge. I have a BA in mathematics. Yeah. When I was going in the job market, like the economy was just picking up, like around 2015. So it was a little rough because 2011 wasn't that many years ago, like the recession. But
yeah, a lot of people. I heard like a lot of teachers. I heard like a lot of people that went to STEM became teachers. Like around.
Yeah, that's what happened. A lot of STEM maxers in the 2010s after the recession just got a master's degree or even got a PhD, especially for like engineering.
Oh dang, that sucks.
But around, what are you saying?
Yeah, I thought engineers would always have jobs, but like, I don't know. I didn't know it would be this competitive.
No, it was pretty competitive. Mechanical engineering was really rough at that time because of outsourcing a lot of our manufacturing and stuff like that. Chemical engineering was starting to die because of you have to be near the oil plants, and every year oil gets less popular than the last because of green energy and all that stuff. And then what's it called? Civil engineering is very construction heavy. So after the Great Recession, which was like construction heavy recession, it was about real estate. Civil engineering got hurt very bad for a couple of years. And then what's the last one? I think that's all I can think of. And then the thing about computer science starting to become like the way the thing to do, like during my time, especially like from 2014 to 2019. The best thing to do is like get a computer science degree, stuff like that. I don't think it was as saturated as it is now. What do you say? Oh, are you there? I don't know if you're talking. I can't hear you, Javi. All right. Well, I guess Javi logged off. Yes, I think he's gonna go to bed anyway. So I'm in the stream. All right. Catch you later, buddy boyos. Ciao.